In a world in crisis, can three idiots find hope in the darkest of places? Will love conquer all, or will hate win out in the end? This is a show called Hate.
Hello and welcome to A Show Called Hate, a very sophisticated podcast in which we something about love, something about hate.
Yeah,
I tried to deviate.
That really went off the rails.
I was trying to do a thing, as we explore love, hate, and other serious issues such as the economy in search of greater meaning and perhaps a little perspective. I'm your esteemed co-host, John Locke,
and I'm his assistant,
shaved ape.
Yeah. I am mouth for hire, Christopher.
This is one of our rare A Show Called Hate nights.
Yes.
Episodes.
Well, we haven't done one of these for a long time. I remember the last time we did one, we were in your living room, in fact, rather than this room. Probably because we weren't recording in this room at the time.
It was, I want to say, almost exactly a year ago.
I think it was before my wedding.
I'm
calling it the wedding.
It was after your stag and before your wedding.
That was it.
I
call it the wedding. I mean my wedding.
Yeah, that was July, wasn't it, last year?
24/7.
Wait, when was your stag?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, was it a couple of weeks before?
You know as well as I do that I was too pissed to remember what date the stag was, John.
You didn't even remember your name after a certain point.
Not really.
Yeah.
Didn't need to.
That's weird, isn't it? That's been a year.
More or less.
It's wild.
Yeah, just over. Well, Nick isn't here.
Yeah,
we should probably address that.
Yeah, Nick is...
it's rare that it's Nick who's the one who's not here.
I know.
Although...
You normally let us down.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I was the last of the three of us to not turn up to one of these. Although I probably have now not turned up to the most. I'm not on the payroll.
No, that's true. No.
So, But I had the longest run from episode 1.
And God willing, you never will.
Yeah, yeah. God help us. From episode 1 up until episode God knows when, I had never missed one. But Nick went on honeymoon, then you went on honeymoon.
Yes.
Then I got married years later.
Yes.
So.
And then, I think.
And now I just skip them.
Yeah, that's my point. I think the issue is without actually having a legitimate excuse, you sometimes just don't turn up.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. You're a busy man.
I'm a very busy man with a lot of responsibilities.
Should we talk about where Nick is?
Well, we should, because I don't really know.
Well, I'm trying to guess, and based on the time of day.
Well.
Is he still in the air?
There it is. Well. Here's the thing as well. I'm going to say what I do know.
And then I can.
And then you can
comment.
Fill in the gaps.
Okay, sure,
if you would. Nick is on a plane. Go.
That is correct.
That's correct.
Oh.
That's about all I know.
I thought you were going to do it in stages.
I know. Oh no, all right. I have done it in stages.
Oh, and there was
I've
just
done
one
stage one
of one,
and now it's over.
Sure.
I know that Nick is going to America.
Yes,
but I don't know where, and I know roughly what he's going for, but I don't know the specifics.
He is. So we're recording this on a Thursday.
Yes.
It's going to be released on
UK time.
That's true.
UK time.
Yeah.
It's Thursday UK time.
It's going to be released on a Tuesday.
Correct.
So
we'll be back by then.
Yeah, so Nick's entire reason for going to America will be over in the nether
I can't imagine going to America, and although I appreciate the reasons he has done so, for such a short period of time.
Indeed. Well, this is...
So there is a reason. This
isn't even a big punch thing. This is a
Nick Angel.
This is a branded Nick Angel.
They've had to shut down the chimneys and all sorts because he's out of the country.
Yeah, basically, yeah. It's So Nick has a project of his own, entirely of his own making.
Yeah.
Called.
We're creatively not involved.
Yeah, no, legally, not
we
involved.
Must state.
So Nick made a thing which has nothing to do with either of us.
No.
Called Colossal,
and it's by far the best thing he's ever done.
I'd say it is without a doubt by far the best thing that any of us in this room have done.
I would say so.
Yeah. Certainly the most successful.
Yeah,
and that's hard as it is to believe. That's including this podcast as well.
Well, who would have thought? I
know. It's astonishing.
Who would have thought
that? So he has made a. And stop me if I say a word that you don't use in
believe.
Your day-to-day.
I will be stopping you. Yeah.
So Nick made a solo tabletop RPG book.
Right, I'm going to stop you there.
Okay.
Explain what that means.
Okay.
Well, let's pretend for the next 20 minutes while we talk about this that I'm an idiot.
Okay, let me just
pretend.
Let me just make that logical leap. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So
that was a hell of a leap.
Yeah.
How long were you in the air?
Milliseconds, maybe less.
Maybe less. Didn't really have to jump.
But
solo.
Yeah. Okay. Culturally,
I know what solo means.
Yeah. Culturally, though, you know what like Dungeons and Dragons is.
I know that it is a game where you not make up a story, develop a story. I don't want to belittle it.
Well, no, but like when you were a kid and you'd be playing on the playground and you'd all be having some game or you're playing a role or something.
Yeah.
You'd be basically like you're having this shared make-believe session.
Sure.
But the problem would be if someone goes, "Oh, I shoot you with a laser," and you go pew pew pew, and you go, well,
I like that you're bringing it back to Star Wars just for me. The pew pews.
I didn't say pew pew isn't.
I can relate to the pew pews.
Lucas doesn't own pew pew.
I don't know.
No, sorry, he sold it to Disney.
Yeah, he might. Yeah, he sold it. It was incorporated in that $4 billion.
So and you would go pew pew. I shoot you with a laser. Sure. You're dead.
Oh no.
Then the other person would say, but no, I'm not dead because I have a magic shield.
Yeah.
Okay. And you go, well, that's bullshit. I shot you with a laser. You go, but I can't be hurt. I'm immortal. Like,
so how would one police this kind of dispute?
This is my point. That would become a living nightmare.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So that's
ruined
why
friendships, I'd imagine.
In most tabletop gaming, which is where you are creating a shared adventure, a shared world,
sure,
you have some rules which help control the fun.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So
thank goodness.
It's like limitless imagination. But also,
apart from
there are some rules.
These strict policing.
Yeah, because it's like and you'll have a dungeon master who's kind of like guiding the story.
Yeah.
So the dungeon master will say like, you enter a room and there's like a door in front of you and a treasure chest or something like that.
Good.
And you go, well, I'd like to. What would you like to do, Chris?
I would like. What was in there? What's in the room?
There's a door and a treasure chest.
I'd like to open the treasure chest.
You open the treasure chest.
I think so.
And I go, well, there's actually a skeleton inside.
Oh.
And it lunges out at you, and you take
Jesus.
6 damage.
Okay.
And you go,
out of how many?
I don't know, 6.
Oh.
Okay.
That was a short game.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Well, thank you for playing.
You're welcome.
Had a great time.
Yeah.
So there's like there are certain rules. Just you'd have like your character would have like a health bar.
I understand.
And you roll some, dice.
Yeah.
So you say like, I want to hit the skeleton, and I go, okay,
I would.
I go
like
make an attack roll.
Okay.
And then you would roll a die.
It's 5.
Actually, I have. Let me.
Oh, should we do it?
Let me grab it.
Let's play.
Okay, let's play.
Why don't we play?
Okay.
This could be a long one.
These are D10s, but what the hell? That's good enough.
Well,
yeah.
I'm going to stop you there.
D is short for dice.
Oh, and there's 10 numbers on them.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Well, there's 80 on this.
Yeah, so that's like a D. That's like a D100.
Oh.
So yeah, if I'm the one with like double digits on it.
Oh, I'm doing one with double digits.
Yeah, no, get one with double digits.
Yeah.
And one with single digits.
Okay.
So let's say that you have a sword skill of 70.
I feel like you're going really advanced for like 2 minutes into this conversation.
Okay, well I'm pulling it down. Okay, so out of 100, let's say that you have a score of 70 with a sword.
Good.
So I would say
I'd take that.
So if I say, okay, you want to swing him, you want to hit him with your sword.
Hit the skeleton.
I'd want you to roll.
Where's the treasure?
Well, under the skeleton.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, the skeleton is made of treasure.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, but you have to kill him first.
Okay.
So you would roll, and you have both of them, and treat them like percentile.
Okay.
So give them a roll.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, what do you get?
I got a 80 and an 8.
So that'd be 88.
Ooh.
So I'd say you failed.
Oh. I was expecting to pass.
Well, this is a bit of an example. Like if you're using like a percentile-based system, if you have like, you have to roll under what your skill is.
Oh.
So if your skill was 70, you've got a better chance of doing it than someone whose skill is 30.
I see.
So I say no, you didn't hit the skeleton.
So I would have to roll under a
and then I would say yes. So then I would say, if the skeleton hits you and you take
how much damage?
9 damage.
Oh God, how many?
I don't know, 9.
Oh,
yeah, 20. And then you go ow. So there's just like there's rules to help control the fun. Yeah. So Nick,
I'm with you in principle.
So Nick was like, what if you wanted to play a game?
Yeah.
Only you didn't have friends.
Yep, sure.
And you wanted to play on your own.
Okay.
And so he came up with this.
Or maybe you don't like your friends that much.
Or you don't like your friends. Or your friends are too cool.
And they're out.
And like football.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's say that.
Or something like that, yeah. So he came up with a solo RPG.
Very good.
Which is not, like, unique. There have been other solo RPGs.
I see.
But what was particularly clever about his is that if you're playing on your own...
So how...
Well,
I'll stop you right
now.
now.
Here we go.
In what... How does this play out? Is it a tabletop or is it a book or is it both?
I think we use the phrase tabletop just to mean that, like, it's not a video game.
I understand.
Yeah, so, but yeah, there's a book.
Analog.
It's analog, basically, yeah. So it's a book. And Nick's stroke of genius was going like, okay, so all you need is the book, which he makes, which tells you how to play.
Yeah.
And then you need a notebook and a deck of cards.
Oh.
So the idea is that you're exploring, and Nick's come up with this crazy world.
Yeah.
It's called Colossal.
Yeah.
There's a lot of castles in
with
it.
With a K?
No.
Oh. Why would I think it was with a K?
I don't know.
I thought it was with a K.
Maybe
I thought it was going to be really clever then.
No. It's called Colossal, but it's spelt like colossal.
Oh, that's why.
Because it's a castle, but it's colossal. Yeah. So it's a colossal.
I thought there was something funny about it.
Yeah. And the idea is that it's a castle so big that there are mountains and oceans inside the rooms.
Very good.
It's so big.
Yeah.
And there's like giant walking castles called rooks.
Nice.
And the idea is that if you go like, I'm off on an adventure, but I see no dice, I'm not playing with dice or anything like that. You have a deck of cards.
So the book tells you what to do.
So basically you would like deal 5 cards.
Very good.
And, Ace of Hearts or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you look like a little table and it will say, the Ace of Hearts means a mysterious stranger.
Nice.
Or the next one would be like, it's a rundown cave, And then you go, now I'm going to write in this notebook how I imagine this playing out.
I see.
So there's a bit of randomness.
Based on the cards you get and the story. Very good.
But then how you do it is whatever. Yeah. So Nick did this like way back at the start of 2020. Mm-hmm. Just like entirely... Not a big punch thing. He's just like, hey, I've just got this idea. I'm just going to give it a shot. Yeah. I'm going to try and print like a couple of 100 copies of this crappy little black and white book.
Nice.
He put it on Kickstarter.
He like wrote it and illustrated.
Oh, he did everything. Entirely a one-man show.
Very good.
It exploded.
Yeah.
It just became massive. So it went from being like a tiny little staple-bound black and white thing to being this full hardback, full colour. It's now basically like... It takes up most of his week.
Nice.
Dealing with it, like sorting out the orders. People love it.
Yeah.
People love it. Can't get enough.
They should. Well done, people.
So anyway, so fast forward to the present day.
Yes.
And there is I'd never heard of him.
No.
And I don't think Nick had heard of him until he got into this world. But like the Oscars of tabletop gaming are called the Ennies.
Yeah, good.
I don't know why they're called the Ennies.
What's the full name? Don't know.
I don't know. It's called it's like ENNIES, like Ennies.
I'm going to look it up.
Yeah, maybe it stands for something. And so basically, like each year there are probably hundreds, if not thousands, of new RPGs that come out. It's like a massive growing area. Everything from like D&D to little indie projects to other companies. There was tons of stuff doing this. Yeah. And Nick entered Colossal. I think he did it like over 6 months ago, and they were like, "Cool. If you want to, kind of enter your things for consideration, you have to send like a copy of your product to something like every judge."
Okay.
They give you the details. So Nick had to arrange to like post the book to everyone.
Sure. And they all live in America.
Yeah, they all live in America. Wonderful. Yeah, didn't hear anything for ages.
No.
And then we didn't even hear from like the official people who run it.
Didn't he find out like when they announced it?
Yeah, like somebody just messaged him, like a friend just went like, "Oh, congrats, mate."
Congrats.
He was like, "On what?" So Nick has been shortlisted. Shortlisted, I have to say. This isn't like long list bullshit.
This isn't just entries. This is
He's been shortlisted, so he's in like a group of like 4 or 5 for each category in like 6.
That is good.
6 categories.
It's very strong.
I'm going to get this wrong, but something like it's like best game, just best game, best writing. Yeah, I'm a little sore about that one. I'm like back off.
Imagine if he wins that.
Oh, I know. I'd never hear the end of that.
What's going to happen?
Best writing, best cover art.
Yeah.
Best game system, best product.
Yeah.
And I can't remember. I think I've got that wrong. Anyway, so
I'm trying to look it up while we're talking to see what it actually stands for, but I don't know if it stands for anything. It just says maybe it's a sponsor or something.
Maybe it was like Mr. Any.
It says the Any Awards. I'm sure it stands. Someone will tell us. I'm sure it stands for something.
So
I'm not going to spend too much time on it.
So anyway, so the reason Nick isn't here, and I hope our listeners will forgive him, is because he has spontaneously hopped on a plane, and flown to Indiana. Indianapolis.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, Indiana. It's one of. I apologize to any American listeners, but it's one of like the.
It's one of the
It's one of the bits.
One of the Indiana.
I think Indianapolis is in Indiana. I think.
Okay.
I want to say it's kind of like central and up a bit in America.
This is very vague.
Look, you've got the phone out. You can tell us.
I've got the phone.
You can tell us where Indiana is.
2022 news.
It's in Indiana.
Or hosts have been announced.
This isn't a debate. Like it's in Indiana. I'd like you to. Can you tell me where Indiana is in America?
It's in Indiana.
Yeah. Where is that? Where is that in America?
It is. Oh, look, there's some other dice. The Crown Plaza. Oh, that doesn't tell me anything. The winner will be announced live at Gen Con in the Crown Plaza Union Station Grand Hall. Let's have a look at that.
Okay, it's irrelevant. I was hoping you would just go on Google Maps and tell me where Indiana is in relation to anything else in America.
Oh, I don't know that.
If only you had a device in your hands that would tell you.
I don't know. I don't think so. Indianapolis, Louisiana. Louisiana Street. Oh no, Indianapolis, Indiana.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
There we go.
You were right.
Okay, well, good. Where is that? In
Indiana, USA.
Yeah, in terms of America.
Oh, there it is. It's kind of in the middle. It's next to Ohio.
Okay.
It's in between Illinois and Ohio, near Chicago.
Okay, there we go.
There you go.
Good. There we go.
So that's why Nick isn't here.
That's why he's
probably on a plane now.
And he had to be up at 4 a.m.
That's good effort.
To get to the airport.
Yeah. Which airport?
I don't know. Heathrow? It's probably Heathrow, isn't it?
Oh, they did say Heathrow, actually.
Yeah. And they were on Facebook, him and Ali were on Facebook Messenger, like, what was it, like mid-morning?
Yeah.
So I don't think they'd left yet.
No, we texted them this morning to say, have a good trip.
So there's a good chance they've probably landed by now.
They might be there now.
Yeah, they could be.
Let's phone him.
Could be getting frisked at customs right now.
Ooh. That bears thinking about. No, well, I hope he wins. He stands a good chance. If he's nominated in 6 categories.
I think so. He's very much like... underdog is the wrong word, but when you consider that, like...
Everyone considers themselves an underdog if they make something up in their own brain and do it all themselves.
Yeah, I think that's my point.
That's the classic underdog story.
I don't mean underdog as in, like, oh, he doesn't have a chance. No. I mean underdog as in, like, he's up against, like, Wizards of the Coast.
He doesn't have the weight of...
Yeah, massive companies.
Yeah, companies.
You know, it's like, in this category, it's Nick versus Dungeons & Dragons, which is a multi-million-dollar...
Can you imagine?
I mean, it'd be wild. It'd be really good, yeah. I think...
Imagine if he comes back with like an award, though.
Yeah. I was telling you, leave room in the luggage. Because, there's a good chance.
These awards, I went to an awards do.
Sure.
With work.
Yes, and you...
I didn't win it. I was just there.
I know, you claimed it, though.
And how? They're quite weighty, these things. If it's the same sort of thing, which I think it is based on their website.
Yeah, and I think...
you need to leave room in the luggage.
Yeah. Because surely there comes a point where... You'd be like, I don't necessarily care at this point what the award is for.
Yeah.
I just want...
Imagine though.
Yeah, I mean, like... I feel good,
That'd
wouldn't
be great. I would make sure I got a picture with it as well.
And I my advice to him beforehand was... My only advice to him was basically like, I can't comment because I've never made a game like this. Yeah. So I'll just tell you, this magical moment may only come around once in your life.
Enjoy it.
I'm like, get drunk, have an amazing time, just treat it like a bizarre dream, and you'll be out of the country before they can arrest you.
They won't. Like, yeah. For what, 3 days?
If that.
In, drunk, out.
Yeah.
Done. And hopefully an award.
Yeah, because he's going to be like majorly jet lagged, and then it's like he said, there's an opening like VIP party.
Beautiful.
And I'm like, great, run off the plane into the party,
straight there.
Just why not?
What a couple of days that's going to be.
It's going to be it's wild, isn't it?
And as I said to him when he told us he'd been nominated, even if he doesn't win, and I hopefully will, obviously.
Yeah.
You can claim that I'm the top 10 in the world.
Yes.
For all these things.
Yeah.
In the world.
Yes.
I was in the tabletop RPG gaming.
Yes, quite.
Thing.
Yeah, like you can honestly
Don't say it like that, but
no, it's like they will never take this away from you. Now you can slap that on your product and say,
I'm sure you get a badge or something like shortlisted this awards.
Yeah, something, anything.
Boom, beautiful.
That's kind of cool.
That's going to be good. Well, I look forward to hearing about that. Well, hopefully I'll see him before the next episode, but I'm sure he'll tell us about it on this podcast. Because otherwise, why are we even bothering?
I think we should say to him, we should absolutely demand that when we next record an episode...
brings the trophy.
Yeah.
Oh,
trophies.
Trophies, multiple.
Yeah.
We should keep one. If he wins 3, you and I get 1.
I think we legally get 10%.
I think so, yeah. I think he signed something to that end, yeah.
Yeah, he'll bring this beautiful glass kind of like monolith and I'll get a hacksaw out.
Just throw it on the floor. Just go, that bit's big, I'll have that.
Start wearing it round your neck on a chain.
Yeah.
Well, exactly. It just says like best.
Yeah.
That's what you get.
Just says winner. Just the word winner on it. I'll have that bit. Yeah.
So I mean, like, I feel you and our lives haven't been anywhere near as exciting.
No, well, we were catching up just before we started recording.
We were.
Because I don't just walk in and start recording.
No, although
that'd be a bit weird, wouldn't it?
No,
we could do that.
Yeah, that would add a certain unexpectedness to the episode.
Although, as we've just alluded to, there's not much going on.
No.
You've hurt yourself.
I got punched.
You got punched by your own hand.
Yes.
Effectively.
Yeah, it was intentional. As in, like, it wasn't like a stranger. It was a friend, which makes it worse.
It was a betrayal.
Yeah. I was holding up a...
Crack open this.
Please do, yeah.
Can.
Oh, I love you. But I was holding up a pad in training.
Sure.
So someone could punch me.
Not like an iPad.
No, it
like
was more. It was a Nook.
I want to stop you there. What is that?
It's wasted on you.
Yeah. Most of the content on this podcast is wasted on me.
That was a rival to the Kindle.
Yeah. Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I never heard of that.
Everyone was making...
I genuinely thought that was the piece of equipment you were talking about. When you said
no.
just then.
Okay.
Because you said it's a pad.
Yeah.
Like it's a cushioned pad.
Yeah.
I thought when you said Nook, that's what it was called.
Oh,
I don't know what Nook is.
Oh, sorry. Right, no. No, I was holding
Who released the Nook?
Oh, I can't remember. It was someone boring.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't have any recollection of that.
Yeah.
I must have read it somewhere at some point, but...
I think, like, briefly, there was a brief window where, like, something like Barnes and Noble, like the book shop,
released their own Kindle.
Yeah,
that's brave.
And then they like didn't last like a year or so.
Funny Don't take on Amazon, kids.
But no, I was holding up. I was in training, and I was holding up a pad, and we were taking punches to the what do you even call that? The chest.
Pectoral.
Pectoral.
You said earlier, yeah.
But I think if I call it a pectoral, I think that kind of suggests that I have any musculature of which to speak of.
Yeah, bigger. You're better than mine.
Well,
mine is more flab. Yeah. But you have, there's muscle under there somewhere.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
You know.
So I was like supporting it with my hands against my chest, and my instructor punched me with the pad, and he can really punch.
Oh yeah.
And the pad took, I say, a good portion of it.
Imagine if you hadn't had the pad.
I know. Well, I wouldn't be here speaking to you today.
No, well, that would be a great pity because I'd be on my own.
It'd be hard to record what we've said of a life support.
Hello, welcome,
John. I need more energy from you.
Just dial it up 5%.
But the pad drove my own knuckle back into my chest.
Such was the force.
Yeah, and I remember at the time thinking, shit, like that hurt now, but it's really going to hurt in 3 days.
Yeah. You got a bruise?
No, I don't think so, actually. No. Do I have a bruise? I might have a bruise. I haven't looked properly.
Maybe under the skin. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Now you tell me something about your life.
I am... Well, here's something I didn't tell you. I was ill last week.
Were you really?
I was a bit ill.
Oh, you were...
I had the fever.
Oh.
A bit. Because I did see you that weekend, didn't I?
You had a bit of a dicky tummy, I seem to recall.
But like the following 2 nights after that, when I saw you on our anniversary, as it happens, I woke up...
Your anniversary as a married man, not our anniversary as friends.
No, I don't know when that is.
No. Time immemorial.
It's lost to history.
Yeah.
Update. Yeah, so the 2 nights after that, I woke up both nights in a pool of sweat.
Ooh, that's nice.
And they said I threw the duvet off me and it was on fire, are the words she used. So yeah, from out of nowhere, I got really ill.
That's rough.
Yeah, it was a bit rough. But I was okay during the day. It's just that night got really ill. So I don't know what that was all about. Because it wasn't the Rona.
No.
Because I did think that, but it wasn't. So,
no.
Don't know. Funny one.
I did...
So that happened.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that that's the most interesting thing that's happened to me in 2 weeks suggests that my last week or so hasn't been that interesting. And you'd be right.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I painted a fence.
Yeah.
That was
looks
good.
more grey here.
Yeah.
Like, on Instagram. For anyone who follows you on Instagram, it looks quite blue. But when you're here, it looks grey.
No, it's neither. Technically, it's urban slate.
Ooh. What makes it urban slate?
The label, I think, yeah.
It's funny how these colours don't mean anything.
Yeah, it's kind of like a very dark, sophisticated grey.
Sure.
But it does look blue in certain lights.
Yeah. That's how sophisticated it is.
I'm not complaining either way, really.
No, it looks all right. I think I'm a big fan of it. And all your garden wares.
Thank you. No, it's magical.
I am doing the kitchen, or we are doing the kitchen, or the builders, more accurately, are doing the kitchen. So we're knocking down our conservatory. Have I talked about this on the podcast? Oh, I have with the virtual reality thing.
Oh, of course, yeah,
a couple of weeks ago. Anyway, we're getting all that done. It's happening now. We've booked it. We've put the deposit down with the kitchen people, with the builders. It's happening. It's too late now because
no backing out.
We've given away too much money already, so it's happening. We're knocking down everything in the conservatory, building a big extension. Happy days.
I, for one, am
very
much looking forward to seeing it.
Oh, you should be. There'll probably be a running commentary of this over the next couple of months.
Yes, because we were talking about this, because you're talking like a kind of 8-week...
Well, and it's not starting for the best part of 2 months.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So, yeah, we're going to get like...
You're going to have...
8 episodes?
More or less. Yeah. Of probably kitchen-related content.
Of just kitchen updates.
It's going to be really boring.
What are you going to do halfway through the project when you
How do you mean?
When you need a hot
I
meal?
Honestly have no idea. I have no idea. I don't really know how it works. I've never been part of a project like this.
Could you get like a little oil base, like a little gas cooker, like a little camping? I'm asking you. Like,
could I?
Well, when they've demolished your kitchen,
will the builders give me one?
Well, no. You as an adult will go and buy one. But
I don't want to spend more money.
You could have like a little. It'd be quite exciting. You could like camp in your lounge.
That sounds shit, doesn't it? That sounds shit. I'll just go out.
Yeah.
The bank could give me some money. So. What do you spend that money on, Mr. A? Oh, you don't need to know about that. I did get ill again.
I got a terrible case of gout.
Yeah.
Been eating very well this past month.
But thanks for the new extension. Yeah.
Mr. Ray, we're a little worried about where some of these funds have been going. I don't know what you're talking about.
Are 5 guys your builders? No. Don't worry about who they are. Yeah. So, anyway, that's happening. That's about the most interesting thing that's going on, to be honest.
I've been... I was telling you off air, I might as well repeat it, so our listeners can be angry on my behalf. I've just been getting increasingly angry and frustrated.
Oh, yeah.
Dealing with one of the largest convention organisers in the country. This,
I feel, is an annual tradition on the podcast.
I sadly, it could well be. Yeah. This could be our kind of lives now going forward. So, yeah, there's a very, very large company.
Can you believe it's already been a year?
I know. Actually, yeah, I had a moment the other day because my birthday's coming up.
Oh.
And I had this shocking moment where I was...
20th.
Yes, thank you.
Nailed it.
Where our good friends, Owen and Jazz, are getting married on my birthday.
That's nice.
So I will be celebrating my birthday at a wedding.
I'd probably try and overshadow that if I were you.
Oh, I try.
Yeah.
I mean, I succeed. Thank you, yeah.
I'd make that about you, yeah.
I mean, really, it's my special day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They're just sharing it.
Yeah. I will
temporarily.
I will make a big point of it because I want a special mention. I want a special shout out.
Just before we move on, it was interesting this year, like our first anniversary, as we just alluded to. I didn't expect anyone to remember. Like anyone. We got so many cards.
Really?
Loads.
Not from us.
Not from you, no.
No.
You came for baked goods with us.
Yeah, we joined you for an early morning trip to a building estate, like a trading estate.
Yeah, with a very nice artisanal bakery.
I don't know how you find out
called
about these.
La Boulangerie. Yeah.
What the hell is that?
I don't think we'll ever know.
Yeah, we went to a secret bakery.
It was very secret, although there is a big sign on the wall. Yeah.
Well, it's on a trading estate. Like it's kind of hidden.
You'd never find it unless you knew it was there.
And it was.
I don't think, unless you looked it up.
And you told me tales. You were like,
I said it's very good, John. You trust me. Wink, wink.
You
nudge,
said
nudge.
Try the focaccia.
And I've never said that.
I know, and I thought that's very out of character for this.
John, you simply must try the focaccia.
I insist.
Yeah. So you must know I meant it.
Yeah, I know. And I was like,
it was bloody good.
I was like, who are you? And what are you doing in my house?
Yeah.
But
and after the police had left.
But I am a convert. It was amazing. I didn't have the focaccia though.
Did you not?
No.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, I had a a.
Oh, you had a couple of raisin-based.
I had
products.
a pano raisin.
Pay up.
That's why they call it raisin pain. And I had a single raisin bread loaf for one, which was sublime.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
It is really good.
What did you have?
I had a chocolate babka, which is like a ball of like pastry and chocolate.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a bad tummy at the time, so imagine what I was like afterwards. And we bought 2 focaccia slabs, effectively.
Yeah.
That's
my wrestling name.
that was great. Yeah, that was super. That was excellent. That was a good call. We found it.
Sorry, I'm just at my last job when I was working at the uni, and I hadn't been there very long.
Yeah,
and we had a day's scenario training.
Sure.
About like they were like, team, we're going to work through a scenario. Yeah, the scenario is that there'd been like
a bad one.
Like it would be like a terrorist attack or something like that.
It's always that.
And so we had to deal with like how we doing comms and everything like that. Worst case scenario. And all I remember is that like at the end of the session, it was quite a long session.
Yeah.
Somebody mentioned going to KFC to get a boneless banquet. And without even thinking, I don't know why I said it. I said that was my wrestling name in the 80s. Like to a room of people.
Boneless banquet.
I'm trying to impress.
Oh, God. Yeah. What was I saying? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We found it because Daisy's best friend's owners, who are also our friends.
Daisy's a dog.
Daisy's my dog.
Yeah.
And her best friend's owners told us about it.
Ah.
We were walking with them and they said, we're off to this little bakery for like brunch. Do you want to come? I was like, yeah, all right. Yeah, so we followed them there, as you do.
And you were like, I've never heard of this bakery. And they were like, no one has.
No one has.
Dickhead.
Yeah, those were their exact words.
We're inviting you.
Yeah, prick.
Don't ruin this for us.
Yeah, and then the following Sunday, we took you there. And that's, I believe, how word spreads.
It's, and people were queuing around the hardware
before
store
it was even open.
Yeah,
that was a shorter queue actually than the week before as well.
I'm glad we got there when we did. Yeah.
So there you go. If you're ever in the area or you live in the area,
an area we haven't told you,
Cheltenham.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like Cheltenham's big.
Okay. I don't really know
that place. Yeah.
Just look it up. La Boulangerie. La Boulangerie Petit Pois.
You'll never work it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just look it up. You'll find it. It's good. You were talking about comic convention.
Oh,
let's get back there.
I'm salty. I'm salty about it, and I have nowhere to take that anger.
Oh,
because
which is why I'm here.
Yeah, you're here to soak it up. It's been like a week of like minor gripes. I realised like the last 48 hours, I've just been like grumbling, and I have like no. Like, you just kind of like...
You have no outlet.
I'm just going around the house going like... Because it's like, in the olden days, I would go to, say, social media and just have a rant.
Can't go there.
But I realise and I recognise now, that's not a good thing to do. No. I gain nothing by just going online and venting.
Yeah.
It's unprofessional. And
did it make you feel better at the time? No.
No,
it
really?
didn't.
I probably thought it did, but then I probably felt worse afterwards.
No, it didn't do anything.
So, yeah, I'm just grumbling because it's a big company. They run the biggest chain of convention. MCM, just fucking name it.
I reckon people can probably put that together.
Yeah, they run like these really big conventions. I've moaned about them before. And the weird thing is, as a show, I like it. It's quite a hard show to defend because it's very like trashy and pop culture-y and everything. It's not really
people are like, I'm such a nerd, and then they Instagram themselves.
Yeah, it's
doing
not
the
like
peace sign.
Yeah, it's not about. Some people get angry because they're like, it's not really about comics. I'm like, well, no, it's about pop culture. But they get people through the door. Damn it! Like it's a really good gig to go to if you're selling some shit like us. And the problem is that they've had a change of management.
Oh,
this is no secret. They've had a big change of management. And at the last show, where we did mercifully get in, we, after complaining till we were blue in the face, we met the guy who used to run. He used to be the community liaison for all the UK comic creators.
Okay.
And he was like he was a really, really, he still is, really solid guy, but he doesn't work for him anymore. Oh. Because he basically said when they changed management,
they got rid of him.
They essentially got rid of everyone.
Okay.
And he said, and he just told us, he said, and they did not ask for a handover.
Really?
At all.
That's interesting.
No handover at all. So now we've got this American team running it.
Right.
They do not know you from Adam.
They don't really care.
So any relationship you may have built up with them is just out the window. And it just feels like we're right back to square one after all. And now they're like, "Who are you?" And we're like, "Oh, please, sir, could I have a table?
Can I have a morsel?
Could I have a table, please?" And
from the table.
We're like, "Oh no, you can't. Like your website's too professional. You're clearly a massive company.
You're too professional, but not professional enough."
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah, I know. And
work that one out.
And I have nowhere to go with my saltiness, because it's like I realise that, like, well, everyone wants a table. John, you're being a dickhead. No one is entitled to a table. But it's just really annoying when somebody who doesn't know you, doesn't know the scene, doesn't know any of the work you've put in, just looks at your application form and goes like, "This person's not a comic creator. They don't deserve to be here," and they just kick you out. It's like, dickhead. I've 10 years of my life.
Yeah.
You know, I've worked really hard to get to this point. It's been like. It's so bloody hard to make comics, like really hard.
Yeah.
And then someone just turn around and just go like, "Oh no, you're not good enough." I'm like, "Oh fuck," you know, what can you do?
What do you do?
And you just realise that you have no bargaining power at all, like nothing you can do.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
they probably do it deliberately, I reckon, to try and like coax you into doing something else.
I think so. So the only thing that made it marginally better was talking to a couple of other people, and realizing they were in the same situation.
Yeah,
that's and
misery loves camaraderie.
I know, and so it was nice to know that other people were suffering too. It just kind of sucks because I can't shake the paranoid feeling that like management is kind of having a purge. You know what I mean? Like they're getting rid of some old names, and
I reckon you're being paranoid, John.
I think I might be getting a little paranoid, but I'm also like
they're getting in your head.
But I'm also like, it's an American company, and like they're kind of moving into the UK scene, and they're like, "Who are these people? I've never heard of these UK people."
Yeah,
but
I know this American.
If we free up a seat, we can get these big American creators because they're the famous people over.
Yeah,
it just kind of feels like they're
maybe, but then their argument that you're too professional doesn't hold up.
I don't know what their argument is, because you just can't get...
I'm not sure they know.
You can't get a straight answer out of them because they have no obligation to, because you're a nobody.
Yeah.
And you're just begging for a...
I want a crumb.
I think
from the loaf.
I honestly think if they had their way, I think they would ditch the comics section in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Because...
Would they get heat for that, though?
Yeah, but like... they would, but like from like some angry creators. And clearly they don't massively care about what we've got to say.
Maybe they're phasing it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Because they make so much more money by renting that space out to bigger companies. Like, so much more money.
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
It's all about margins.
And then, and then people, I don't know, then you have to give advice to like an up-and-comer going like, "Do you have any advice for getting into comics?" And it's like,
don't bother.
Don't. It's
our work.
Do anything else.
It's our work, and then they pull the rug from under you.
Yeah.
Scumbags. Well, hopefully they're listening to this.
Yeah.
I bet they are.
I'm glad we could finally put them in their place.
Yeah. Have some of that American company who I don't know.
Yeah, who shall remain nameless for legal reasons.
Yeah.
Although anyone...
Is that the name of the company, MCM?
That's for show. God,
you could find it.
What am I saying? Anyone on Google could just work this out in like 2 seconds. It doesn't matter.
I don't read it. Yeah. I'm not going to look them up.
But actually, come to think of it, Nick's at... The award ceremony is taking place at a convention. Gen Con.
Oh, is it? That's interesting. What, like a RPG con?
I think it's more of a general gaming con. So there would be other regular board games as well.
Very good. He might come back with some games.
Yeah.
Probably will.
I would say the flip side is, because Big Punch walks in two kind of camps. We've got... Yeah. We made a board game, and we also made comics and stuff.
Sure.
Gaming conventions, by contrast, lovely.
Are they?
Lovely.
Do you go to those?
We do.
Oh, there you go.
We do. We go to the UK.
Should make some more games, John.
I think we should.
Make some more games. We can make a game.
There's a long-running saying in comics that comics will break your heart, and I think they already did.
Yeah.
Because it's like... Generally, you just get treated like shit in comics.
Make some games.
Come on. Make games. People like games.
Let's make some games.
Families like games.
We can think of games.
Yeah.
Let's not do it now because we might get dead air, but, you know, at some point.
Or keep it quiet.
Yeah. There are children playing outside. There you go.
I don't know if the mics will pick that up.
The mics don't pick that up. The children were just enjoying themselves, and I don't care for it.
No. Let's make some games. Shut up, children.
Shh.
There was a compromise here. I cracked the window a little bit.
Oh, you need to.
Because I was like...
It's quite warm.
It's better than it has been.
Getting warmer next week.
So, yeah.
We can talk about the weather again.
We could talk about weather again.
Or not on next week.
Should we ostensibly do a hate and a love?
Yeah. Well, shall we talk about what we're going to do? Because Nick said to me explicitly before he left, I hate the listeners. If you do, he said this.
Yeah.
I'm quoting directly from...
Well, it was real hard to quote.
He said, if you do listener hates, make sure I'm not there because I hate the listeners.
And listener, he's cleaned that up quite a bit.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a direct quote.
Oh, that's, because, yeah, that's pretty much. And Nick notoriously is very disdainful towards our listeners. So
oh, indeed, yeah.
It's important, I think, while he's not here, that
in
we
quite
show
an
them
aggressive, personal way.
Yeah, I'd say
as well.
So.
Yeah.
I think it's important that we acknowledge them while he's not here. Because otherwise,
I wouldn't have.
It would be a bloodbath.
I wouldn't have the courage to bring it up.
No,
in his
I
presence,
wouldn't. No.
It's
So
always
we're gonna do some of those later.
Yeah, why not? Because
Later?
I figured just to because clearly we never lose focus on this show. I thought we'd go back to basics, and you and I would maybe bring something to the table.
Oh, sure.
A little Susan
Yeah.
to the table. And then we dive into what some of our
We do some listener
our
hates.
lovely listeners have to say.
And we can discuss some of those.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I feel I've talked a lot. Do you have
I'll have a hate.
Yeah.
I think I've mentioned something before where I don't like looking at my own reflection at the barbers.
No.
Anyway, I don't like doing that. Because you look at yourself and you think, oh my God, what the hell happened? Like you look at your own face in the barbers for a while and you think, sweet Jesus, something's gone wrong here. The sort of building block upon that is when your barber confirms it. So I was at the barber's a few weeks ago, and you know which barber I go to. I'm like friendly with my barber.
Yeah. They offer
like
you...
I see him at the pub.
Yeah,
and I'll say hello. How are you
doing?
His name's Rich. He's a very nice man. Hi, how are you? I'll have a drink with him if he happens to be sitting down and I'm nearby. Anyway, so I was at the barber's and I was aware at the time that I was particularly sort of spotty and acne ridden.
Was this when you were feeling ill?
Yeah, I think it was.
So you're not at your best anyway, are you? No.
And I was aware that I had quite a lot of spots on my head, and he pointed out every single one. Oh, you got a spot there. You got a spot. Oh, what's that? You got a spot there. What's that one? I'm like, I know, man. I've got spots on my head. I don't need you. Whilst I'm paying for this, I'm paying for a service. We might be pally, and that's fine. But I don't need you telling me I got spots all over my head because I already know. I've been bursting them for about a week, on and off.
Oh, that's nice.
It's gross.
I needed that.
It's gross. That's the problem, though. I've always had that problem with my actual hairs. I get ingrowers. You that old chestnut.
On your head, you mean?
On my head, on my chin, on my neck, everywhere.
Yeah.
Loads
Well, you're not.
I don't need my barber telling me. I don't need him verifying something I already know. Just cut my hair, man. Or talk to me about films like you normally do. Just talk to me. Just talk to me like I'm a person.
There seems to be...
I don't need to know everything that's wrong with me while I'm staring at my own reflection thinking, fuck me, what went wrong?
I don't know if everybody experiences this, but I have a similar relationship with my barber.
Mikhail.
Mikhail, good old Mikhail.
Good Mikhail.
Salt of the earth. Because, went through a period where you get to know him and you like him because they cut your hair well.
Yeah.
You get to know him. So you start off kind of professional.
Sure.
Then you become, after a period, you become more pally.
Yeah.
You're good mates. And then,
I'm on a list of people he texts every Sunday saying appointments are available.
Oh, cool.
So I'm sort of,
Yeah.
I'm a regular.
But my point is, I feel you then, maybe this is the same for every barber, I don't know, but you go past that window where they suddenly start abusing you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because every time I go, I love Mikhail, and every time I go and see him, he gives me shit in some way.
I think I've known my barber for quite a few years now. I feel like I've reached that final stage quite recently where he's now comfortable. He knows I'm not going to get offended by anything he says. And I'm not particularly. But then he starts saying, you look as bad on the back as you do on the front. That's basically what he's saying to me. He's basically confirming
it's
that.
It's because he knows he's got his hooks into you at this point. He knows he can't go anywhere else. So
but, and I could just feel these spots on the back of my head. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And it can't be nice for him. But to know that you're like...
Oh, do you think he's saying it to because he resents you? He's like... Fuck.
You got a spot there. I fucking know.
Yeah,
I promise you I know about this.
Jeez.
So yeah, that's been a thing recently.
I know what you mean.
It's not a good stage to reach, to be honest.
I know what you mean, though. I don't like looking at my own face massively anyway.
It's very dangerous to do that for too long.
Yeah. And
even if you're stunningly handsome, I would say it's dangerous.
Well, I don't think anyone in this room has ever had to worry about that.
I don't worry about that particularly. No.
But my point is,
But it's a big mirror.
Yeah, there's something very...
You get like a full body
There's something very unforgiving
reflection,
about it, yeah.
It's a big mirror that doesn't do me any favours.
And you're quite vulnerable in that position, because you've got a...
Oh, anything could happen.
Yeah, you've got like
probably not anything.
Yeah, you're not at your best anyway, because you're sitting in a weird chair, you've got like a thing around your neck.
Yeah, normally I haven't showered.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, if I can go to the barber, because he washes my hair.
Yeah.
Before. So I'm like, I won't bother showering. So I feel a bit... anyway.
Yeah, I don't... Like, my hair is like... I think NASA should get in touch, because I think you could probably like...
Does he wash your hair?
NASA?
No, yeah, NASA. I love that guy.
Mikkel? No,
because you don't wash your hair.
I don't wash my hair.
No, yeah. I wash my hair every day because I put so much product in it. There's so much shit
You can
all over
wash
the
it
house.
with-
I'm getting a lot of complaints from Liz at the moment because there's so much of my hair gel all over the house. She's not wrong. There really
What are you
is.
doing? You're like rubbing your head on the walls or something. So.
Well, because we got a headboard. I mean, there's
right.
there's a mark there. I have to get like the Vanish carpet cleaner out now and then. Yeah. Oh, it's gross. I'll be honest with you.
You're like an eraser on a pencil.
It is.
Kind of.
It is a bit. Yeah.
Jeez.
So yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's an interesting stage of the relationship to reach with your barber when he's comfortable pointing out all the faults you know you have already.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like saying like the back of your head is as bad as the front. I feel that's actually quite.
Thank you.
That's quite.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Guess what the one thing you'll never see with your own eyes is? The back of your own head.
Back of your head.
Fact.
It's weird, isn't it?
So I don't normally think about it too much unless I feel like something painful back there.
Yeah.
Which I did at the time, which is why I was a bit more self-conscious about it.
No, it's odd, isn't it? Like I don't mind getting my hair cut so much.
I quite like it.
But like the feeling afterwards of having loose hair.
Well, I get a little wet wipe or a flannel.
Ooh.
He gives me he puts it in the microwave. Yeah. Oh yeah. And he just there you go.
Sure.
Like, thanks, man. So I wipe the excess away. But even then,
it's not enough.
I'm thinking I'm getting spot juice all over this.
Yeah.
That's gross, isn't it?
Ugh.
And he knows it because he's pointing it out.
Yeah.
So what do? You get out there as quickly as you can. Is the answer.
I was going to say, do you walk into the barber with with products in your hair?
Sometimes, not always. Sometimes I go with a cap.
Well, yeah.
Because I don't want anyone to see my natural hair.
Here's the thing, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, I straighten my hair. I'm not ashamed to admit it.
No, and then you
I straighten it and I put quite a lot of Schwarzkopf matte paste in it, and I buy a lot of that.
Good friend of mine.
Yeah, I love that guy. It's the only hair gel that's ever worked for me that doesn't like make my hair spring back into its curly natural state.
That's interesting because I have never found that thing.
Oh, it's great. Liz hates it, as I say, because it gets everywhere.
Interesting, yeah.
And again, she's right. But I will never stop buying it. I'm
trying to think. When I was in Canada, I discovered it was something like Garnier, like manga hair.
Lovely. Oh, I remember this.
Yeah, there's a brief period where I thought I was controlling.
It was too wet. At the time.
Yeah, I tried controlling it. It didn't quite work.
Yeah,
because I've got so much hair, and I've got particularly now.
Yeah,
I have a lot of hair right now.
Mane at the moment.
And for my wedding, I was going through a period where I had found. It was called Johnny's Chop Shop.
Lovely.
Clear hold gel or something like that.
Johnny's Chop Shop.
And it was something like that. It was meant to properly So I had like a kind of gelled short quiff at the wedding kind of thing. But it's always fighting a battle with my hair. Probably like yours actually. You think it's holding it, but then it's kind of it's under pressure.
I've now got. It took me a long time, long time, but I found a sweet spot with my hair now that I can. It's basically whatever I do, as long as I do my process. Everyone's got a hair process. Then it's generally okay now.
Yeah.
But it took years to get there. So don't be discouraged if you've not found yours yet.
Well, the weird thing for me is because my hair's very, very long at the moment. So much so that I can tie it into a little man bun on the top. And I'm doing a lot of running at the moment. So that's quite convenient. It keeps out your head. And when I last went to get a haircut, it was quite... I like a wild head of hair.
Yeah.
I go to Mikkel and I'm always like, Mikkel...
Tame this.
Well, no, that's the thing I say to him. It's this may pain you. I know you probably don't like...
Keep it wild.
Yeah, I'm like...
Don't do too much.
Yeah, I want you to fight whatever instincts you have.
Yeah. Does he always want to cut it?
Yeah, he does. And I'm like, just leave it a bit. He's very good because he respects my. But I'm always like, you don't have to.
You can tell he wants to.
Yeah, he wants to.
Yeah.
So
I used to go to a barber, and I used to think a different barber.
Yeah.
Before I found my current friend Rich, And it was just, I would just think, stop cutting my hair.
Please
Stop cutting my hair now, because I know that this is going to be too short to do anything with. That's and it was a nightmare.
I remember my first year of uni, I went to get a professional haircut, and the dude essentially kind of gave me a grade 1 buzz cut, like all around, and then left like a little fringe. And I wore a hat for like 2 weeks. I was like, this is awful.
Yeah.
This is awful. But no, so I was like, last time I went in, I had a lot of hair. It was a hot day, and I was really suffering from hay fever.
Nice.
And I had, a bit of what do we even call it? Curtains, shall we say?
Oh, yeah.
Like falling down my face. And I was like, Mikkel, I want to try something a bit different this time. Just leave it long. Like, don't take too much off.
Sure.
I'm not aspiring
Thin
to
it out a bit.
I'm not aspiring to be cool or contemporary. Just do.
I know what I like.
Tidy up a bit.
Yeah.
And he's like, cool. He says, so the weight of yours is making it fall in a certain way. He says, I can see the potential there. It works. So I won't take too much off. I'm like, cool. And he took like half of it off.
Yeah.
And of course, my hair. I was like, oh, Mikkel, you fool! You don't understand how my hair works. It needs that weight.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
it springs up.
Yeah, and then you can't do a thing with it.
Well, we cruelly used to call you microphone head, John.
Can't think.
And I don't regret it, actually.
No, you were right to do it. The weirdest thing is, I have more hair now than I did as a teenager.
Big time.
I had quite short hair as a teenager.
Well, I think when we were young, when we were teenagers, short hair was quite in.
Yeah,
it's true to say.
But
I had grade 1 all over.
You did
for a long time.
Yeah, and I remember one year you even like bleached it.
Yeah,
which is weird because you had
that was strange.
grade 1. Yeah,
I did, but then I grew it out slightly that summer.
Yeah.
So I don't know why.
It gave you like a kind of golden dusting on your head.
Yeah. Well, there was one time I did it with like a natural bleach where you just let the sun do it and it went ginger. Let's be honest. And there was one time I did it with chemicals, like I got my mum's hairdresser around to do it.
Sure, yeah.
Like with proper paste, and you could feel it like burning into your scalp kind of thing. And that did the trick.
The pain is the chemicals working.
It was worth it. Yeah. And I did it twice because I think I liked it so much the first time that I did it again. And then I didn't do it again.
I once tried, it wasn't bleach, but I once tried putting a hair dye on my hair. Thought I'll be wacky.
Yeah.
Didn't work.
No.
And literally my hair just ate it. It didn't do anything.
Yeah.
It's astonishing.
People will assume I was trying to be Eminem, which I actually wasn't. I just thought this would be a laugh.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really like Eminem particularly. I was aware of some Eminem songs.
Well, you don't like music. I think
I don't like music.
We're quite open about that.
Can't change the world with music, but we're diversified. So I just thought this will be a laugh, and then I thought actually that looks quite good.
Yeah.
It didn't. But then, so I did it again. And then now I've landed on where I am now, and I'm relatively content with my haircut now.
Well, I'd say
took a while.
I'd say you're only young once, so why not bother?
Fact.
But frankly, even now in our mid-30s, you could go wild. Who cares?
No, I don't think it matters too much.
You do whatever you want now.
But yeah, I'm. Well, I don't know what else I do for a start. No. But also, I don't want to spoil the good thing I've got going. Because come on.
The weird thing is, I've been running a lot.
Very good.
Lately,
good
like a lot.
I've been back running this week.
Oh,
which is cool.
Very nice.
You've inspired me with your 10k talk.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, already smashed 10k.
Have you? Good.
Did 8.5 miles on Tuesday, I want to say. And prior to that, I did 7 on Sunday.
Very good.
I'm giving myself a little bit of a break. I'm going to run again tomorrow.
Yeah.
And the problem is, and I can see now this is how it begins.
Yeah.
Where you go like, I hate this, it's horrible.
And now
I'm like, fuck, I want to run.
I feel good.
Yeah. And you're like, it's actually like, I want to get out there.
But there's worse things to get addicted to. Let's be honest.
Well,
cheers, all the best.
The reason I bring it up is that I've invested in a headband.
Oh yeah, running headband.
Yeah, to
is that one of those like plasticky?
No, just
sweatband.
No, essentially, like a kind of head, just a strap goes around your head. Yeah.
Gotcha, yeah.
Absorbs the sweat, because I've got a lot of hair, keeps it out of the way.
Nice.
And I've got like the man bun kind of thing.
Yeah, lovely.
And you might ask yourself, John, wouldn't life be easier if you just had less hair? And I'm like,
yes and no.
And I'm like, well, no, that's the John Locke paradox. Honestly, if I had less hair, my head would look twice as big.
Anyone who judges you on the way you look when you're running, you run straight past them.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
that's it. They're gone.
I've been like really kind of like just sore for like a couple of years now.
Nice.
Like my hips, my lower back, quite painful.
And you're feeling better now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Like now, and it turns out it was just being inactive.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
And so now I run and I hurt.
Yeah. But then you feel better.
But it's a good kind of hurt.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh man, this is my hurt. I earned this.
Yeah. Well, I feel like we've spoken about this like back in January when all three of us were like starting up.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But you do feel a lot better.
Yeah, and I think
I reaffirm that comment.
Running once a week on a Saturday morning was great. I very much enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But now I have skipped a couple of those park runs because I'm like,
don't need them.
What I need,
I'm reaching out to a higher ground.
I need the open road.
Yeah, money don't make my world go
I'm
round.
trying to find a nice route that will. I found like
encompass the
a
mileage.
7 or 8 mile kind of loop at the moment. But of course, I've got a month to go before the half marathon. That's what I'm trying.
I won't be running that, but I will be there.
You'll be there cheering.
I'll cheer for you, John.
Save a place at the bar for me. I will crawl to it.
I will. That'll be good. That'll be a good pint after that. Oh my god! Imagine that.
What I'm discovering about myself is that wherever I'm running, whatever I'm doing, when I hit mile 6, that's when this kind of ghostly pint glass starts appearing like in front of my eyes, and
that's
I'm like,
something to aim at.
Yeah, because I'm running. I'm thinking like, gosh, this is great. I'm so fit. I'm so healthy. I don't need alcohol. I don't need sugar. This is wonderful. I'm just clean living, having a good time. And then this ghostly kind of like cake.
Yeah.
And a pint.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and suddenly I'm like, Christ alive.
Yeah.
I need a pint.
Well, ironically, my closest, like sort of flirting, I suppose, with sporting success came to the London Marathon when I watched someone who we know, James Eastwood. Who recently ran a 50-mile thing because he's insane.
Wild.
Like he did the London Marathon and he just went, yeah, no big deal. Anyway, we watched him. We stood opposite an off-licence and we got absolutely wasted. Just waiting for him to run past. And that's the closest I've come to sporting success.
And did you see him?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, I saw people I knew, like, just run past me, like, who I didn't know were running the London Marathon. I went, all right.
Oh, that's weird.
That was great. And someone grabbed my beer off me and had some beer. And there were strangers who were like, can I have a swig of your beer? I was like, yeah, sure, no problem.
Running strangers?
Yeah.
They were like, beer me. They were like,
yeah, beer me. I was like,
were you not
sure,
behind
no
like
problem.
a fence or something?
No, we were just literally on the road opposite an off-licence. Yeah.
Oh, and people were like, give us a swig.
Like, can I have a swig? They were like, can I have a swig of your beer? Like, yeah, sure, no problem. It was good. It's awesome, actually.
I'm quite looking forward to the half marathon because, like, I've only done it once, and that was for 13.
And that wasn't the Cheltenham one.
It was the Bristol one. It's 13 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, 13 miles, 13 years. That's 13. Quite good.
What each year?
It was in Bristol, and it's obviously like there's a lot more people on the road, and there's people handing out, Lucozade water. You can just grab it as you run by, and I'm like, that's wonderful.
Yeah,
because like, you don't have to, just people just giving you the good stuff. You know. But I think doing it on the home territory,
that'll be an interesting challenge because you roughly know how far you're going.
Yeah,
I would say when you know the area.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be lovely.
Interesting challenge.
That's gonna be really nice.
The race course will be the worst bit.
That's like the latter half, isn't it?
You got to go uphill.
Yeah,
that's a big hill, like deceptively big.
Yeah,
slope.
Yeah, I think I'm lucky in that, like in the training I'm doing, like obviously Cheltenham's a bit up and down anyway, so that'll be
your tough bit. Otherwise, I think it'd be fine.
Yeah. I'll go ahead.
I'm excited. Go on, yes.
Yeah.
Go on.
Mine's kind of related to yours.
Ooh.
And it's dentist related.
Oh.
Now, I've mentioned before in previous episodes that I actually like going to the dentist.
Yes.
Because I get to feel like a very special boy.
Yeah.
And I get to sit in a chair.
Get that little cuddly feeling.
And I can't move for like half an hour.
Yeah.
Give or take.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is wonderful. This is John time.
Yeah, lovely.
Having a great time. But my hate is not knowing where to look while the dentist is doing their thing.
Correct.
Do you make eye contact?
I try not to.
Because I think that's weird.
The worst bit to that comment is when the dentist's like body touches the top of your head.
Yeah.
You ever noticed that?
Yeah.
Like, because I had the same dentist for years. I can't remember, Dr. Ellis or something like that. Anyway, and I could always feel like his stomach pressing up against my head, and I was like, this is just awful.
What do I...
Where do I look? What do I do? Do I speak? Do I make a joke? And then he's got like a tool, like a mirror or something in my mouth. Then I can't speak.
Yeah, you can't... Yeah,
it's an absolute maze.
This kind of ties into getting your hair cut.
Yeah.
Because it's times like I'm sitting having my hair cut. So I've got my, I'm sitting in the chair, upright. Got my arms on the armrests.
Yeah.
I've got a sheet all over me.
Lovely.
So Mikhail Scott's doing his thing. You know, like secateurs. Like he's going around your head. But then he'll come around and he'll like come in from the front to like chop some hair.
Yeah.
But then he's leaning.
Oh yeah.
Onto you.
Yeah.
He's like leaning across your arm, and I'm like, well, do I move my arm?
I never. I just as a rule of thumb, don't move.
Yeah.
At that point,
because I feel like
I'm very aware of it.
Yeah, because I feel like acknowledging it.
Yeah.
Suddenly makes it really weird.
That would be weird.
Yeah.
That would make it much more weird.
Yeah,
for sure.
So
the dentist.
But yeah, went to the old dentist for a checkup. It was great. And they ushered me. Here's a thing.
And another thing.
What's the deal with? Do you feel like I like going to a dentist, but do you also feel that like they could be scamming you? I'm not saying they are, but they could be scamming you.
Are we talking money?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
do you go to a private dentist?
Well, there aren't any. Like,
I went to a private dentist.
NHS dentists anymore.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I mean.
Yeah. Like.
But I always, because this guy, he was an NHS dentist, same guy.
Yeah.
And then he opened his own practice.
Yeah. Oh, you got it.
And we just, for some reason, my mum was like, yes, we'll follow the dentist because we trust him.
Yeah.
And we ended up paying like 70 quid.
Yeah.
And this was before anything went up.
I know.
I
haven't been ages to him ago, yeah.
I haven't been to him for
that's
like
a lot
7
of money.
years.
Yeah, never expensive.
70 quid it was.
And the problem is, it's like, I want to keep my teeth in good nick.
Yeah, sure.
But I honestly don't know, really, whether...
What are your teeth worth?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know whether they'll charge you 70 quid, 100 quid or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know if that's a fair price.
No, I have no
idea.
idea.
You've ostensibly got me over a barrel.
Yeah.
Because I like...
You've done the work.
Yeah.
They don't tell you what it is before.
No.
They've done the work.
Because I just
came... you're bang to rights.
I just came in for a standard checkup. Yeah. Like a 3...
And they're like, you need an X-ray, you need this.
And before you know it,
they're
blasting X-rays into your face.
Big time.
And I'm like, okay, I'm glad you're checking, but like... What if I said no?
Yeah.
What if I was like, I don't want you to X-ray my face? I have no say. I have no say.
They tell you rather than ask you, don't they?
Yeah.
That is true.
And then, like, I got ushered into the hygienist.
I used to go to the hygienist. I have been to the hygienist.
Immediately.
Yeah.
I was just right in, which is kind of rare because normally they say...
Stat! We need this guy in the hygienist. Stat!
But also, I thought he's a nice guy. But, like, I felt he was laying on a bit hard this time because he was like, now, gum disease is a very serious concern.
Yeah, I get this.
And he goes, not for you. He said, I'm looking at your x-rays. It's all great. Nothing to worry about. But if you did want to worry about something, I would worry about gum. And he said, and gum disease is terrible because it could eat into your brain. You can get Alzheimer's. You get diabetes. I'm like, oh my God. He's like, but you're fine.
Yeah.
But I would be very worried about gum. Yeah. And it's like, geez, it's like a roller coaster. Like, I don't know.
Am I worried or not?
Should I be
coming or going?
Should I be worried?
The dentist once told me, and this was a while ago.
Oh,
I had have I told you this before?
I don't know what you're going to say.
Do you?
Clubber's gum.
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, he said you've got what is known as Clubber's mouth. I was like, that doesn't feel good.
Too much cider.
I think that's what it was.
That's what he told
you. Have I told you that before?
Yeah, it's what he told you.
Yeah, I told you that before. Which was an interesting comment. No one said it to me before or since, which is good. But yeah, that was a bit of an eye opener.
Yeah.
And even now, like I went to the dentist a few times, having not been for a while,
sure,
which I should have been. I went to one in Cheltenham, not my usual one, before the wedding, and they told me off. They were like, "Yeah, we need to tidy this up with the hygienist." And I'm like, "Okay, that's cool. I've always needed the hygienist, so that's fine."
Well,
they really told me off.
I used to go to a dentist in Gloucester, and then when I eventually moved to Cheltenham, I would occasionally travel back. And I was
I did. That's what
I was like, "This is ridiculous. I need to find a local dentist."
Yeah, hard though.
But I ended up like not going to a dentist for like 3 years because I just didn't think about it. So when I did go to a dentist. He gave, the new dentist, new town, great. Gave me a real, full, the full treatment. He was like, I'm worried about X, I'm worried about Y. This is really bad. Everything. And he made me feel like I have the worst mouth in the world.
Yeah.
He said, he's like, oh my God, I'm really concerned.
But you're fine.
You need to come back in 6 months, And I'm like,
I'm so concerned.
And I'm like, oh my God, all my teeth are going to fall out. And then I came back in 6 months and he was like, oh yeah, it's all fine.
They do that.
Yeah,
I've noticed that they've given me like a warning, and then I go back the next time. They're like, "You've done so well."
Yeah, it's like you've
magically, you've really done it, and I'm like, I'm not sure I have.
Yeah,
to be honest, I didn't really do that much different. Like, you've done really well.
I know, because arguably, I'm always doing the same. Thing.
I got an electric toothbrush because they said you should get an electric.
Yeah,
I was like, that's fine. I've got an electric. I use it. That's cool. They said I should floss more, which I don't. But then they were like, "Oh, you've done all the right things." I'm like, "Well, I haven't."
We see my thing when I saw them this time. They were like flossing. That's
is that out
the window.
Yeah.
What you want?
Yeah.
You've got these little like.
Oh, I know what you're gonna say.
Little dibbers, like these little kind of like rubber sticks that you can like stick
yeah.
between your teeth. Yeah.
Yeah, they gave me some of those.
Yeah. Delightful.
Yeah, they're weird. Some of them are too thick, so they give you different ones.
Well, when they ushered me into the hygienist, and they were like, "Well, we can see you right now," and I'm like, "That's great."
How much is that going to send me back? A lot.
You don't have a choice at that point. You're kind of like,
you're already in there.
Yeah, but I was like,
it's the noise. Have you been in the hygienist when they make that really hot? They like scraping or whatever they do.
Yeah. Well,
my God.
I didn't get any scraping this time. This is kind of funny in itself because they were like. Because they got the scraper.
Sure.
That's like a classic.
Yeah.
They've got they've got like what do we call it? Like a water pick.
Yeah.
So it's like driving.
They put like a tube in your mouth, like the back of your mouth.
Well, there's also a thing where it's like it sprays water.
Yeah.
Really hard.
I think that's the same.
So they're using it to like. Well, that's the tube that sucks out the water.
Oh, I see.
But they've got this thing, so like they're cleaning your.
with
like a high pressure hose.
I know what you mean.
But they were like. Well, sir, what I think we'll do for you today is a bicarbonate scrub.
Lovely.
And they're like, we've got like this little gun here,
nice,
and it sprays like sodium bicarbonate like really hard.
Yeah.
And that'll clean your teeth.
Lovely.
You know. And they were like, they said it does make a bit of a mess though. It is a bit of a, and I'm like,
I'm always dribbling.
Well,
they put a bib on me, and I'm like, this is awful.
But that was the thing. I was like, well, I said this generally always does make a bit of a mess, so I don't mind. And they're like, cool, sir. And then. No joke, they both start putting on like goggles, like elbow length gloves, like full body kind of smocks, and I just started laughing. I was like,
"What's going to happen?
You're making this look like you're changing nuclear rods."
Yeah. What is going to happen here?
And it was fine, you know. But of course, like you're there for half an hour with two people like living in your mouth.
Yeah,
and I'm like, where do I look?
Yeah,
because you don't even have a painting on the ceiling.
Sometimes they shouldn't they?
Sometimes they do.
On the ceiling.
Sometimes they do.
But there is a light in your face. So would you even look at the painting?
Yeah,
I would. Oh, yeah, maybe I would.
You know, and I'm like, well, I'm not like screaming or like flinching or anything like that, but I'm just here.
They always say to me, hold your hand up. If it gets too much, hold your hand up.
Like,
before they start.
Oh, they've never told that to me actually.
I never have. But yeah, the worst is the noise rather than the actual sensation.
Yeah,
it's just like because it's in your mouth.
Yeah,
which means it's in your head, which means like a high-pitched noise like really rattles.
Yeah, I don't mind that so much in itself, but yeah, it is just a kind of social awkwardness of not really knowing like where
to look, who to speak to, how to be.
Well,
all of that.
Things they wanted me to have like another little procedure done afterwards.
Oh yeah,
and I'll tell you about this off there because I don't want to get them into any I don't want to get them into any trouble because this is weird. But then they were like,
you can ask John offline if you want to hear about this.
But just some of their business practices. I don't commit to it.
I know where that's going.
But they were like, they're like, oh yeah, and we just need to book an appointment in the future. And then when I go down to pay, and I'm already like, well, I'm glad I've got the checkup and the clean teeth and everything, but I'm dreading what they're going to charge me now because I've just been put through this roller coaster. And then the lady was like, oh yeah, so I've just been told to tell you that we can actually book you in for that procedure this afternoon if you want it. And I was like, actually no,
I don't want that.
I was like, okay, I'll get it done at some point.
I'll be back.
But I didn't come in here with a problem.
Yeah.
You told me there was a problem. Yeah. You said you could fix it super easily.
And now you want me back.
And you were like, at some point in the future, but now you're like, actually, this afternoon. And I'm like, are you hurting for money?
Yeah. I do think that's a thing, though. Like, even when I went the last time, and I haven't been since the wedding, which, again, I should have, but whatever. But they kept trying to make me come back.
Yeah.
Every time they were like, oh, we'll see you next week. We'll see you in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever. And I'm like, you don't need to do that.
No,
I'll make that decision. Thank you very much.
I mean, like, yeah, obviously you want to get like
I should go to the dentist more often than I should.
Yeah, I mean,
admittedly.
But we're talking like every couple of years, not like
I think that's
every
fair.
week, you know, kind of thing. Yeah.
They wanted me there like once a month. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I can't afford that.
So we cannot begin to describe the amount of work this will require.
Yeah,
and
my teeth look fine. I'm sure at some point they'll fall out, but you know, that happens, doesn't it? Probably.
If we'd been born 100 years earlier, maybe
natural.
We would have already had our teeth knocked out.
That's quite terrifying, really.
Well, that was the thing. They would, because teeth just went rotten.
Yeah.
And because people didn't know anything back then.
Didn't brush their teeth.
So they were like, it was cheaper to get your teeth surgically removed at a young age and then wear dentures.
There's something in that.
Apparently, it was like a birthday present. People would like surprise you. It's like, happy 21st.
Here you go.
We've paid for you to have all your teeth removed
Jesus.
and then have dentures. That's horrible, isn't it?
Forget that.
Can you imagine? Jesus.
Gross.
Just get a brush.
Yeah, forget that.
Do something.
Just get a brush.
Yeah.
That's much cheaper.
Do you want to squeeze out our loves?
Well,
before
we can do a couple of hates if you want.
Do a couple of hates?
We could do a couple of user hates. So if we stick to the old format, we used to do our hates, then listener hates. We're back when we used to acknowledge the listeners.
We got lazy.
We got very lazy.
Well,
we were quite lazy to start with.
Well, we were never. Yeah, exactly. We
were never particularly active.
We were never putting that much effort in. But no, I think we got distracted by everyday
life. By our own
brilliance
goings on.
Yeah. Anyway, so a couple of hates. We reached out to the community, to our wonderful community, who we value immensely.
And we got one comment.
There's a few more.
Well, we got one comment in response to that post. We can't lie, John. People can see it on Facebook.
I think the problem is we've treated people badly.
Nick treated people badly.
Nick treated people
slagged
badly.
everyone off consistently.
We begged him.
We said, please stop, Nick, and he wouldn't.
And we were like, Nick, for God's sake, put your ego aside for 2 minutes.
He gets nominated for 6 awards, and look what happened to him.
And we were like, please think about our loving, loyal fans.
And he said, we won't need fans when I have my trophy. I think that's what he said.
He said, how dare you speak to me?
Yeah, that's more or less.
And then he slapped me across the face with an open palm.
Yeah, and he was right to do it.
And I thanked him for it.
He'll do it with a trophy when he's back.
But no, so we do apologise to people.
No, I wouldn't say apologise.
Well,
I certainly acknowledge that it happened.
We acknowledge that there may have been failings on one party's part.
Yeah, I don't think we should say who.
No one's being named.
No.
No one's being blamed.
No.
Okay. So, Sam writes.
Sam. Hello, Sam. Thanks, Sam. Thanks so much for your submission.
Cheers, Sam. Thanks for writing. Great.
I really value your contribution.
I hate Amazon delivery drivers. There's a little story here.
Okay.
Yesterday, I was waiting for a delivery.
Yeah.
My app pinged to say, it's been delivered.
Lovely.
That's good news.
That is good news.
No one had knocked.
No.
No one had rung the doorbell.
No, people don't.
There was nothing in our safe space.
Oh.
No.
I'd like to hear more about that at some point.
Well, it's a porch.
Oh. I thought it was going to be something else.
No, it's a porch.
It's a porch. Yeah. Okay, fine.
No. They had dropped it on the public footpath outside our house.
Glorious.
Close enough.
Well, it kind of is. I mean, if it's not on the property, I wouldn't say it's close enough.
So I contacted Amazon.
Yeah. Oh, don't do that. Don't bother.
Don't get
started on that.
Don't get me, John Locke,
My
started
God,
on Amazon.
We're prodding the bear here.
Yeah. Christ alive, like never sell anything on Amazon because God.
By the way, I should just say at this point, we're drinking lovely Red Stripe.
Red Stripe.
Which, at the moment, is my favourite beer.
I like it a lot.
I love Red Stripe. And we're not being sponsored.
No, definitely not sponsored. No.
Red Stripe haven't approached us.
No, it's surprising, as that may seem.
I love Red Stripe right now.
I like it a lot. And it gets... I think there's a degree of snobbery around Red Stripe.
Yeah, it's always been seen as quite an...
what's
the word? Like a Carling level beer.
Yeah, like a cheap beer.
Yeah, whereas I think it is wonderful.
I rather like it, actually.
Yeah, I do. Wonderful.
The Thinking Man's cheap lager, I would say.
Yeah. So buy some Red Stripe if you're in the area.
Anyway, so Sam continues.
Yeah, go on. Sorry, Sam.
Sorry, Sam.
Have a swig of this delicious Red Stripe.
Oh, it's crisp and refreshing.
4.7 is a good percentage as well.
And what's amazing, did you know it was founded in 1928?
Oh, very good.
I've always felt when I drink a Red Stripe that it really embodies the spirit, rhythm, and pulse of Jamaica and its people.
Here's the thing. I love Red Stripe. However...
Red Stripe?
Nothing about it says Jamaica to me. Absolutely nothing about it says Jamaica.
I feel... Well, I mean, you say that, and the taste definitely captures the spirit, rhythm, and pulse.
Can you imagine drinking one of these in Jamaica? Ooh,
I feel...
That'd be wonderful.
Actually, it'd be delightful. I feel that's why it's clearly authentic Jamaican.
Because you can imagine yourself.
Well, no, because my point is, it's not trying.
Oh, I see.
It's not like it's got like a Jamaican flag all over it. It's going like, look at us, we're Jamaica. It's just
There's a beer... We're getting off track here. Sorry, Sam. We'll get back there.
We'll get back to you. Wait your turn, Sam.
There's a beer called Madry, which is everywhere now. It was actually the first time we ever had it, or I ever had it. Was
yeah.
I'm bringing up the wedding again.
Yeah.
We referred to it at the wedding as Spanish lager because no one knew what it was, and now since then it's everywhere in Madrid, but it's not actually brewed in Spain. It's just brewed by like Foster's.
Did you make it popular?
Well, I don't want to say that our wedding was a soft launch for the Madrid, but it's the first time it came into a lot of people's consciousness. Is all I'll say.
Well, to be fair, like Foster's, which is Australian for beer,
which isn't Australian,
is not
brewed in Burton upon Trent.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just a factory in like a field.
Whereas maybe this is brewed in Jamaica. I don't actually know. Well, I don't want to cast aspersions. Brewed in the UK. Right,
yeah. Okay. Right.
However, I can imagine going to Jamaica and drinking some Red Stripe. I retract my earlier statement.
I would love to go to... brewed in the UK by Heineken UK.
And that's supposed to be a Dutch beer.
Yes.
Isn't it?
No.
Heineken.
Yes, sorry, you're right.
Dutch,
I was thinking of Carlsberg, which is Danish. Yeah. There is a Carlsberg art gallery.
Is that?
In Copenhagen.
Lovely.
Which is...
or was it just beer?
No, it's art, but it was funded by Mr. Carlsberg.
Sure.
I believe. Here we go. Under license from Desnos and Geggs Limited, Kingston, Jamaica. So there we go.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all right then.
So it's a Jamaican company.
So it is a Jamaican beer,
which is maybe licensing its OG beer.
I'll allow that.
Okay,
then. That's good news.
Anyway, so Sam.
What was Sam saying?
Sam continues. Sorry, just gonna another sip.
Delicious Red Stripe.
Oh, it's like I'm picturing like a pristine beach. Ooh.
Well, I had Red Stripe at the at a staff barbecue that Liz organised actually for her workplace.
Indeed, yeah.
And it was Caribbean themed.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why it's come back into my life, and I'm very glad about that because Red Stripe.
When I'm not recording this show on a Thursday,
every other Thursday,
and I go along to a popular nightclub / gaming establishment in town.
What?
The Two Pigs.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know it was a gaming establishment.
When it isn't clubbing it up or being.
When was the last time we went there?
I can't remember. I can't recall. Anyway, they do gaming.
Do they? So I didn't know that.
I pay for the privilege of turning up to play a card game where I just get my ass kicked and get quite depressed. Yeah. They have Red Stripe on tap.
Beautiful.
And I do very much enjoy it.
Oh, maybe I'll go there then.
Anyway, so Sam continues.
So what's Sam saying?
So I contacted Amazon, and I got three. We contacted them.
That's a dangerous policy.
Tried
contacting Amazon
3 different times. Eventually, they said, "We'll put a note on your account that says not to leave your parcels unattended."
Interesting.
I asked why that's not the default, which is an excellent
question.
It's a damn good question to ask.
Question.
I asked, in what world is it okay to leave parcels in a public area in the general vicinity of a delivery address? They didn't seem to see any issue with that. Their response was, "Well, you got the parcel, didn't you?" And then they disconnected him. You see, Sam, I feel your mistake there was trying to rationalise with the beast.
Yeah. I'll tell you what Sam should have done, says this angry individual, is just straight up ask for compensation. You'd have got a £10 Amazon voucher. They love giving away vouchers.
Oh, well,
I've complained twice. A couple of, at least twice.
Complained
to
a corporation?
Yeah.
That seems unlikely.
And immediately they've just gone, "I'm so sorry, have a £10 voucher." And I wasn't even that annoyed.
Because it's like...
They will give out a £10 voucher like that just to make you go away.
It's nothing to them. Like a voucher, that's not real money.
Yeah.
It's nothing to them. They do not care.
Every call handler or chat handler is authorised, I think, to give out £10 vouchers. They just will to make you go away. I'd lead with that next time.
Okay, well, that's...
Unless you really care about things being left in the street.
Yeah.
Which maybe you should.
Well, that's top advice from a professional scammer.
Yeah. Not scammer. I was annoyed, but I can't remember what about.
I think, and I think this goes into some of the problems I was referring to earlier when it comes to when you, the little guy, are trying to argue with a massive corporation.
I love it, though.
Well, yeah.
I do enjoy it.
If you're good at playing the system, but also, like, if you want or need anything from them, you are... Well, you're fucked, basically, because if they forever have an ace in their hand, which is, well, we can just withhold the thing you want.
Oh yeah, which is why I've never complained until after the thing has arrived.
Which is true. That's wise.
So I already have the thing. But one time I knew it was out for delivery. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
It was for someone's birthday, but it wasn't. It arrived late, but not so late that it mattered.
Sure, yeah.
But I made them think that it mattered. Oh, damn, I said it now. And they just went, "Oh, I'm so sorry. It was late." So I said, "Oh, it's late."
Yeah.
Oh, well, here's a £10 voucher. They love it.
It
depends how much you care about things actually being left in the street, is what I would say.
I feel it's not unreasonable to expect.
No,
things.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree that things should not be left in the street.
I mean, I feel like.
But I'd also ask for compensation.
Delivery people in general seem to be getting a little better at having like a safe space to leave stuff in.
Yes.
You know, if you just leave it in the porch.
We have a safe space, which is to the left of the. I shouldn't say, should I?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck it.
It doesn't matter.
To the left of the front door as you look, because you've got like a little indent.
Yeah, like a little
porch,
alcove kind of thing.
Yeah.
But like, I remember, I think particularly like a couple of years ago, the start of lockdown, like we've got a porch.
Yeah.
It's unlocked. You can just slide the porch open.
Yeah, yours is very available.
It's a wonderful place to leave
We've
crap.
left stuff in your porch.
Yeah, it's a great place to leave
I left
crap.
a note.
I think you did. I can't
Dear
remember.
John, here's that concrete we agreed. Wink, wink. We did leave concrete once.
Did you leave concrete
Remember
once?
that round thing?
Oh, yeah, that weird concrete disc.
Which broke. It was a gift for Liz, which broke in the post. And then,
We use it.
yeah, I know. It's by your pond.
By our pond.
Yeah. And then we gave it to you, yeah.
Well, we but yeah, I remember like the porch is there. It's you could free access. You
Yeah.
can do whatever you like.
Why wouldn't you?
And we had delivery people who would just leave stuff in front of the porch.
It's weird, isn't it?
It's like that's so odd.
Yeah.
Like
Strange.
it's so.
I've had people,
little effort.
and I know I'm not the only one. People have left stuff in my wheelie bin before, like a parcel
That
from Amazon,
seems to be quite a common
which
thing.
is so strange.
Dumping it in bins.
Putting it in a bin. Why put it in a bin?
Yeah. I seem to recall when I lived in Big Punch Towers with Lucy, Nick and Ali. I think we just had someone just chuck it over the fence.
It's classic.
Yeah.
So that's someone who doesn't care. That's someone who wants.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
someone who's quitting and probably wants to give someone a good story.
It's a cry for help is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know a postman. This is true. I know a friend of a friend who I met. I've met this guy years ago at uni. He was a postman, and he just one day just had enough, and he dumped all his post in the canal. Fact.
Jeez.
He was like yeah. His name was Dean or something, and he just one day he just had enough, so he just dumped like a bag full of posts as a postman in the canal.
Here's a question for you.
What'd you do about that?
Do you think, honest gangster, do you think being a postman is a fun gig, or
No.
is it awful?
I think it's awful. I think it's good for maybe a day. I'd love to be a postman for a day, I think.
Sure, yeah.
But I think, can you imagine doing that every day? Ooh.
Well-
And I know where our postman lives. Like I do.
That sounds like a threat.
No,
Yeah.
he's a very nice man, actually. He's a sort of chap my kind of age. And I walk the dog round the back. I call it round the back of the new builds when I say Liz where I'm going. Round the back of the new builds, I say.
I know what you mean.
And he lives in there because I've seen him go into his house.
He could well be my postman.
Yeah, he's
as
like
well.
he's like our kind of age, I would say.
Yeah. Beard? Like a...
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
stubbily, certainly.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice chap.
Well, Nick, you won't care about this
Okay.
at all. But
I'll
Nick,
switch off then.
Nick randomly got talking to his postman.
Oh.
And because he was getting some cool gaming shit delivered or whatever. And the postman was like, what's all this then? And he said, oh, well, I do this game thing I make. And the guy was like, oh, yeah, I'm an artist. I work in games.
Oh, yeah.
And Nick was like, oh, yeah, what? And he's like, oh, yeah, I'm the artist on the new Magic the Gathering card set.
Why is he working as a postman then?
Well, I think that's exactly what Nick said to him. He said, well...
Is it like a hobby?
Yeah, he said, like, my wife said I was spending too much time at home, so she convinced me to get a part-time job as a postman.
Fair enough.
Just to get me out the house.
I mean, that's the right answer, isn't it? If you're going to give an answer to that question, that's probably it.
Yeah.
That's probably quite a good gig, actually. If you do art,
Yeah.
and your wife wants you at the house,
Yeah.
be a postman for a bit.
If anyone listening has any experience of postmanery,
yeah, nice.
thank you. Yeah. Please let us know, because or they know anybody who's been a post person, because I would love to know.
Yeah,
What is it a good gig?
Yeah, it'd be interesting to know that actually.
Is it like you work?
Apart from the guy who threw his post in the canal.
Apart from that asshole, yeah.
I've only ever had good experiences with post people.
Yeah.
I would say.
I think if you
Pat, he was a good bloke.
Yeah, if you can put up with dogs, getting chased by dogs.
That's a cliche though, isn't it?
Well, I think it happens.
Probably.
Yeah. If you can put up with dogs and getting
our dog
abused.
ripped the flap off the post box once. There's still scratch and bite marks in our flap.
Sure. So she just ate a chunk of metal, is what you're saying?
Yeah, kinda.
Wow.
She used to eat the post, but now she brings it to us.
Oh,
which is cute.
Did she really bring it to you?
Yeah.
Like a cartoon dog from the 1950s.
Kinda, yeah. But you have to say, "Drop it, please." You don't have to say, "Please."
You're begging, please.
Yeah, please.
I need my insulin.
She's pretty good now.
Oh, wow.
She used to just rip it up.
Do you wear slippers at any point of the year?
No.
No.
Well,
I was
Why
say,
do you ask?
Well, because the next thing would be training the dog to bring you
that'd be
your
good.
Slippers.
I'm sure we could.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
I'm sure we could.
Yeah.
She used to be obsessed with socks, presumably because they smell. But we trained that out of her.
Sure, yeah.
Eventually. So there's little things like that. Interesting. So the dogs are a cliche in many ways, but not in every way.
I have another hate.
Oh, hit me.
This comes from Dan, friend of the show.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, and I should have said Sam, friend of the show. Everyone who writes in is a friend of the show. And I should apologise because
sorry.
This came in a few weeks ago, and we acknowledged it in the Facebook group.
Did we?
We did.
Oh.
I did.
Okay.
Nick,
I don't remember.
Nick told me not to, but once he'd fallen asleep.
Oh, Nick always says, "Don't you dare like that status."
Yeah. But once he'd passed out in one of his drunken rages, I snuck onto Facebook.
He just kept saying 6 nominations.
Yeah,
in his sleep. 6 nominations.
And I had a choice. I looked across the cellar where he keeps us, and there was a crust of bread, or there was a laptop with access to the Facebook group, and I chose.
You chose the listener.
Yeah,
yeah,
because that's what matters to me.
That's very good of you. There was some focaccia, some stale focaccia in one corner.
Oh my god, can you imagine?
That would have been a very difficult choice.
Even stale focaccia from that place.
Yeah,
exceptional.
I think I would.
So Dan writes in and says, "I hate being sick in perfect weather."
Yeah, that is a bummer. Yeah.
Where I live, we've been roasting alive for 2 weeks from a heat wave with extremely high humidity.
Sorry, who sent this?
Dan, friend of the show.
I'm not being a prick. I'm genuinely asking. So, where does Dan live?
I don't know off the top of my head. Oh, America.
Okay.
There we go.
I was just wondering if he was UK based and he was referring to the heat wave a couple of weeks ago.
No, he's
a different heat wave.
No, he's in America.
He's in America. Different heat wave.
Yeah, this is a worry. This is why I fear I could never live in America because.
But it's a different kind of heat, and they're more.
Well,
the problem I don't want to get into the politics around weather complaints, but we are so ill-equipped for anything in this country. Whereas I feel America are better equipped for such things.
I guess,
and it's a nicer heat.
I guess they've been putting up with more extreme heat for longer.
Exactly. It's like Australia.
Yes.
They know what to do.
Well, they had to invent a new colour on the weather map.
Yeah, you said,
didn't they? Yeah.
I feel like this came up.
Yeah, because it went past 50 degrees. Jesus Christ.
Oh, it's coming. That's coming.
That terrifies me. That genuinely terrifies me.
But we'll have air conditioning by then.
Yeah, I feel everybody relying on air conditioning may be the definition of unsustainable because.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Yeah.
But
I'll be dead before it's proper.
Yeah, everyone's doing it already. So you and I have an air conditioning.
What we need is a basement. We should all have basements.
The cooling basement.
Yeah, we should all have basements that we can retreat into.
Yeah. Well, Nick already has a basement when he's complaining about the listeners.
Takes
us down to the basement.
Yeah,
puts the catcher in one corner and the laptop in the other.
I had to think for a minute. Yeah, sorry.
I'm referring to something you said.
The rich fiction we're weaving. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. So anyway, so Dan sadly got COVID. He's better now, mercifully.
Well done.
But all he could do is stare longingly out the window, imagining what could have been, while my aching body coughs up unspeakable things.
That is annoying, though, being ill when it's nice weather.
And he also says the only thing he had to look forward to is the next heat wave, which was another week away.
Yeah. I'd be interested to know, actually, how hot a heat wave is for American standards. Yeah.
I'd
be interested to know if he could just leave a comment back.
It's kind of scary, isn't it? And Dan, we'll apologise in advance. We're probably working on a very different temperature scale because we're
Fahrenheit.
Yeah, we'll be. I don't understand.
I don't understand at all how it works.
No,
I'm very ignorant of Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
I hear it in movies and I assume what they're saying means it's hot. I don't actually know.
Because like freezing is like 30 something, 32. Yeah.
What's that all about?
I don't know. It's based on blood temperature?
I don't know.
I think.
I honestly have no idea.
No. I don't know either.
Well, if Dan could clarify.
Dan, if you could clarify, because we're all going to have to,
listening to this.
We're all going to have to get used to dealing with higher numbers soon anyway, so at least...
might as well do it in Fahrenheit.
Yeah, but people can say like, oh,
it sounds more impressive when you can say like 93.
Oh, it's 93. I'm like,
93 degrees.
I'm like, what's that? Oh, it's mild.
It's like 18.
Yeah. So, that sucks. And this is kind of how I feel about hay fever. Because it's like the one time of the year where everyone is having a wonderful time.
Yeah.
I'm dying.
Yeah, big time. Well, we went to a festival, didn't we, a couple of years ago?
Christ.
A sort of...
A few years ago.
No, it was a festival a few years ago. But it's a local festival, so we just went for the day. But you had to go home.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
It was absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was having a lovely time.
I know they say that, like, alcohol can make hay fever worse, but I'm like, it's already bad. Like, it's already rough. Why shouldn't I...
just carry on,
have a drink and I tried, but God, it was horrible.
Drink through it. I'm very grateful to have never had hay fever.
Well, this is where it really, because you and I, we grew up in the same village.
Yeah, like literally a minute's walk from one another.
Yeah, I could probably have held my breath and run to your house.
That sounds facetious, but it's true.
Yeah, I wouldn't have even.
You might have passed out for a bit, but you'd have been
okay. Yeah, but
I don't think you've had any lasting damage.
So we lived very close to each other growing up, and it's like, so we were exposed to the same pollen.
Yeah.
And yet I'm the...
I did, interestingly, I had asthma as a kid.
Did you really?
Yeah, and then I became cool.
You grew out of it, yeah.
Yeah, and then I became a cool guy.
I had a brief, like, kind of...
I used to have to blow into one of them things at the doctor's. Where it's like, how much breath have you got? But yeah, it didn't follow me through into puberty.
Yeah, I grew out of asthma as well. You see, by contrast, Sickly Nick, our co-host, he still has the asthma.
Yeah.
And he has to go to... He was saying, as he mentioned this to you, he said when he goes to the asthma specialist, now you don't blow into a
I think you may have mentioned
You've got a little video game you play with by blowing.
Yeah, he did mention that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Anyway, you got to love.
I have got to love. Yeah, it's gonna be quite a low bar. Okay. I'll be honest with you.
Well, who cares?
That's fine. Watches.
Well, that's funny.
I've been hoping you noticed. John.
I thought to myself earlier, you're wearing a nice watch, Chris Ray.
That's a new watch. I bought this the other day with. Well, I don't want to brag, but I will. I won Employee of the Month at my work for the whole institution.
Wow.
Which was a nice honour to receive. I thought I should buy myself something nice with that.
Oh, you should treat yourself.
And I bought this watch.
Oh,
which is they gave me a £50 voucher to spend however I wished, and this was on sale. I sort of got a flash sale, £110 down to 40 something. Beautiful, lovely little watch. Oh. So it just got me thinking about my general.
Whoa. Don't hide your light under a bushel. Let's.
I'll show it to
hello.
You.
Yeah.
There you go. Nice watch. Huh?
I like it. It's got a big. It's got a wide face. I like that.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
What time is it now?
It is 9:18.
God, he's right. He's right, listener. That's incredible.
It's an analog watch.
I love an analog watch
rather than digital. I did consider a smartwatch, but I thought, no, don't be a prick. So I got an analog. And it just got me thinking about my general love of watches. I got a lovely watch for my wedding, which was a limited edition Citizen watch based on the costume Han Solo wore in the film A New Hope, which is a Star Wars film.
Does he wear a watch?
No, but it's based on his costume.
So your watch has a waistcoat?
Kinda. It has the piping down his leggings.
Right.
It has that on the face of it. It looks like if you made a watch out of Han Solo's clothes in A New Hope, it would look like the watch.
Have I seen this watch?
Yeah, I wore it, again, I'm going to bring up the wedding. I wore it on my wedding day.
I wasn't looking at your wrists.
Were you not?
No, I was too mesmerised by your dazzling eyes.
Thank you so much. I
want to see this next time.
I'll show it to you the next time you come around. And I love. For some reason, I've ended up really liking watches, just because I like wearing them. I like the aesthetic appeal of a watch, both in terms of the outer face and like the innards of clockwork.
It's nice to have something to look at which isn't your phone.
Yeah,
I would say.
And I feel like I've been looking at my phone a lot.
Yeah, I know.
I'm in one of those periods at the moment where I'm looking at my phone a lot, and I don't really know why.
No,
which is annoying, but
it's something to fall back on. I feel like made a lot of progress in kind of dialing that back a bit. But even so, like, there are times where I just want to throw my phone out the window.
I'm looking at it.
I hate this thing.
Sometimes I think, I don't know why I'm looking at this.
Yeah, I'm not enjoying this. Why am I looking at it? Yeah.
I was quite. This arrived in the post literally today when I got back from work. This is the first time I've worn it. I was delighted with it, if I'm honest. Yeah. And it's a nice little reminder of what was a very nice little accolade.
Well, I've got I'm not wearing it now. I'm cut, but I'm gesturing with my wrists as if I were.
Yeah.
I have an analog watch. Which I believe was I think it was my dad's watch.
Yeah, nice.
And I think it was the first. My mom got it for him. It was like for a present. Like she got him when he was younger. So
things like that. It's like it's a nice keepsake as well. If someone buys you a watch, it's like oh, that's something I can use, look at all the time, and it can be passed down. Blah blah blah.
I know, like this is kind of beyond both yours and my budget, but I know like. If you're particularly well-to-do, you might have a selection of very high-profile watches that you would wear, almost like it would be like your version of jewelry.
Yeah,
you go, what am I wearing tonight? Like, I'm going to pick out this.
I would
watch.
I would love to have a selection of watches to choose from. And I never, like, even 2-3 years ago, I never thought that I would think that. But I've got a couple of nice watches now, and I've got a third cheapy one that my mum bought me, and it looks nice for the price. And I'm like. Lovely. That's
kind of cool, though. That's something to aspire to. You can say, like, I'm going to, like, not collect, but I'm going to.
I don't think it's a great use of money, but if you're in a position where you can, and it can have some meaning behind it.
Yeah, if it makes you happy.
I think that's cool.
Little life goals. You get like little.
I think so.
It's weird. Like, I remember buying a cheap ass one, super cheap ass watch from like Tesco's of all places. But like, I thought it looked really nice.
I don't think it matters.
Yeah. It had a big blue face, and like it was quite. I thought I would
because like Liz, for example, doesn't have a thing about her wrist, so she doesn't wear watches very often. She doesn't like things on her wrist.
Oh, interesting.
Which is fine. So I appreciate that, but if you do, if you don't mind wearing a watch, I think you could go a lot more wrong than buying yourself a nice little analog watch.
Have you got to the point where you're considering having 2 watches?
No, because I think that would make me look a prick.
What if one was set to a different time zone? So you could say,
I think that would make me look like even more of a prick.
Well, my stocks are currently, I
would love to set a watch 12 hours forward, like a time zone that's just 12 hours forward. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? An analog watch. People would be like, "Why you've done that?" It's like a different time in it.
This is the time in Tonga right now.
It's exactly the same, but AM instead of PM.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
That'd be fun in a way.
I remember seeing like I can't really think of a nicer word for it than hipster, but like people were, and there's many companies that do this, but they developed like really fancy digital watches that have done away with like the need for circles. Circles are old hat.
Oh, you don't need circles.
Yeah. So you go like, what time is it? Well, it's just like a series of like blinking like lights or like coloured squares.
Yeah,
so you go like,
people try too hard.
It's hemisphere past triangle.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's cool in principle.
It's cool in a way.
Like, don't get me wrong. You go like, oh, okay, that's kind of interesting. But like,
an analog watch is magnificently simple in that you look behind the scenes. It's like a swan on the surface. It looks serene. And then beneath the watch, Jesus Christ, it's a mess down there.
Yeah.
That's like a watch, isn't it? Although a watch looks much more aesthetically pleasing, I would say, if you look at it.
How do you feel about a pocket watch?
Well, I have a pocket watch. You know the answer to this. Do you know now?
No.
I used to wear a pocket watch to the races every year.
Did you really?
Yeah. So I have a wind-up pocket watch that looks the part, but costs me less than 50 quid certainly, and it looks great. And it's not going to need battery because it literally is a wind-up watch.
And does it do the job? Does it work?
Still works.
Wow.
Yeah, I've had that about 10 years. So I wear that every year to Cheltenham races. Yeah, every year.
Wow, I'm impressed.
I make sure. So yeah, I've quietly, unassumingly, and not deliberately grown to quite enjoy watches.
That's a wonderful answer.
There you go.
No, that's very impressive.
Thank you.
No, I have nothing to add. I think it's just really cultured. It's quite nice.
I'm so cultured these days.
You've changed.
I know, a little bit. Anyway, back to the red stripe.
So I am. Oh, so crisp, refreshing.
So wonderful, and it's been licensed by the good people of Kingston, Jamaica. So.
It's like kissing a coconut. I love and. You're right. Yeah, it's good. Crisp.
Oh, John made me laugh while I was taking a sip.
I love, and I realised I started the episode kind of grumbling a bit, and I'm like, okay, actually no, I've got a few things. I actually realised I've got a few things that could be a love this week.
Sure,
it's a bit of a trade-off, but like I have recently, so I'm going to do 2 half loves.
What? So,
as in, I love them both, but I don't think they're worth talking about a great length.
Are they linked though?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay,
they're outdoorsy.
All right.
They're outdoorsy.
That'll do.
So last weekend, it was really nice. I spent a weekend mostly doing crap in the garden.
Nice.
And I did a crap in the garden, which was lovely, yeah.
Beautiful.
Ruined the tea party, but I painted a fence.
Well, is this the same fence we referred to
earlier?
The
same fence we referred to earlier.
Slate.
Urban slate.
Urban slate.
And that was such a wholesome, instantly rewarding activity.
That's probably the most instantly rewarding, apart from maybe laying your own patio or something.
That seems very hard, though, I would feel.
Yeah, in terms of like effort to outcome.
Yeah, no, I agree, yeah.
Ratio. That seems that seems like a good one.
It was delightful, particularly because we'd had a new fence put in, and it's only like a kind of waist high fence. So
is that new, the fence itself?
Yeah.
Oh, very good.
It's only waist high, so it's like half the effort. But like, so it comes in and it's new wood. It's very, very pale wood.
What makes it new?
As in, like
newly chopped down.
Well, as in like it has not experienced the touch of nature. Like it's not been out fresh from the yard. Fence factory, the yard.
Okay.
So it's very, it hasn't been weathered, hasn't been rained on.
I understand.
Yeah, and we were putting on urban slate.
Yeah.
Paint, which is quite dark.
Sure.
So what I'm saying is, you get instantly you see the results.
Oh yeah.
It's not like it's no pastel.
How many coats are you putting on that?
Only one.
Just the one.
That's what I'm saying. It's that dark,
So do the neighbours have to paint the other side, or
only if they want to?
They can.
That's their business. Them, we don't see their things, but their side of it. But very gratifying. And it took a few hours. Lucy and I working in tandem, but like,
it does look good.
The gratification of going, it's delightful.
I've done that.
And my other half love, it's that time of the year again. Cider.
Oh,
brewing cider. Brewing cider.
Oh, yeah, very good.
So last year, you tried it.
You nearly knocked my bollocks off.
Well, indeed, we succeeded in brewing.
Was this the one I put in a dish?
No, that may have been the homebrewed beer.
Oh yes,
the beer exploded.
That was when you dropped it on the doorstep because of COVID things.
Yeah,
but last year was here.
Yeah, the beer exploded everywhere.
Yes,
we drank the wine because let's be honest, it was meant to be cider. It was basically apple wine,
it's like antifreeze. Yeah.
Well,
antifreeze.
It was more that it was the driest thing you'd ever drink. Sorry, it was like apple Sauvignon Blanc.
Apple Sauvignon. Yeah.
It was very crisp, painfully crisp, some might say.
Yeah.
So this.
Are we refining it this year?
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Last Sunday,
I
spent a day. I filled 2 trugs, like a big plastic garden pot thing.
Yeah.
Barrel kind of thing.
Yeah.
Filled 2 of those with apples from our garden.
Nice.
Because we have a couple of prolific trees in the garden.
Beautiful.
And then
it's nice using your own apples.
It's nice, I often said. And I spent a whole day just chopping apples, pulping them in the grinder.
Yeah.
Got a big grinder.
Yeah.
And then putting the pulped apples into a squeezer.
Nice.
Squeezing all the juice.
Yeah.
I got about 4.5-5 litres of apple juice.
That'll do.
And I bought a litre of store-bought apple juice.
Okay.
Here's the thing, like last year...
it was too pure.
Well, I think the issue last year, not enough sugar.
Yeah.
If you want a less dry thing, you need more sugar.
You need sweetener.
So I read some things, and they were like, buy some apple juice from the store, you can add that. So I added like a litre of that. So we got this big brown bottle full of it. And I got the cider yeast, which I bought last year.
Oh, yeah.
And I activated it.
Beautiful.
So I added a bit of sugar,
a
bit of water, put it in the oven at like 40 degrees, just get it bubbling.
Yeah.
Put it in.
Put that in.
Put a couple of spoonfuls of sugar in, just for good measure.
Oh, yeah.
Put the airlock on.
Yeah.
That shit's been fizzing and bubbling for like 3-4 days.
Oh, how long does that take then?
Well, I need to remind myself.
Yeah.
We're talking weeks rather than days.
Sure.
We might be talking a few weeks.
Okay.
But like it has been bubbling non-stop.
Has it? Ooh.
Since Sunday.
That'll do.
It only stopped today.
Oof.
So my thinking, that's definitely a lot more active than last year. So my thinking is, this is A, going to be a lot sweeter.
Yeah.
And B,
not more alcoholic.
It's probably going to kill you.
Yeah.
Like
we're going to go blind.
This is my worry, that like I think it's going to be delicious
and
also the most alcoholic thing you've ever tasted.
Yeah. Well, I remember, and you know what I'm going to say now. We made beer in our old house when we shared a house.
Brookbank Fountain.
Brookbank Fountain, it was called, because that was the name of our street, and because it was a popular movie at the time. And that fucking hell. I mean that would knock the pubes off your ball bag, wouldn't it? That one.
Yeah.
That was so strong. It was like an ale.
Yeah, it was.
But we put so much sugar in it.
It was the one time you had. I seem to recall the one time you cleaned the cupboard under the stairs
was to put the barrel in.
Was so you could put the brew station under there.
Correct.
I remember drinking some of this. It was very nice.
It tasted fine, but it was so strong.
At least 8%, I would say.
Oh,
at least.
At the very least.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so strong. But again, we live to tell the tale.
I remember visiting our good friend Will Train down in, at the time, his hometown of Canterbury.
Yeah.
And he took us to a pub.
Yeah.
Which was... hello everyone, we live in the UK, which is basically Narnia.
Yeah, it was the oldest pub in the UK.
It's so old that it's mentioned in the Canterbury Tales by Chaucer. It's like
1432 or something crazy
insane.
like that.
It's like nearly a millennia old.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're referring to.
And there's like a 12% cider.
It was basically a pint of wine.
Yeah.
It looked like wine, it tasted like wine, but it was a cider.
I think my vague recollections of that pub are just kind of standing.
I fell off a chair. Do you remember the chair collapsed under me?
No.
Same night.
I don't recall.
Funny that.
Yeah.
There's a photo of me on the floor somewhere.
Yeah, most of my memories are of standing in the outdoor drinking area, kind of just desperately trying to stay conscious for like what felt like an hour.
Trying to stay awake.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Like smiling and nodding, like...
Yeah.
I think I powered through, but God.
I don't think I could now.
No,
that's the difference.
No, God.
Now
no,
that would be me. 1 pint of that, and that would be me. I think.
Can't be doing that shit anymore. Anyway, so yeah, I guess kind of like generally like outdoorsy
summer activities.
Yeah,
That's very good. I enjoy it.
Anyway, should we round this off?
Good loves though. Actually.
Yeah, actually, I'm feeling quite good about this. Should we round this off with a couple of loves from our listeners?
A couple of listeners.
So. Slim, friend of the show, writes, I love being old enough to not give a single rat's turd.
That is good.
Jesus, Slim.
Rat's turd.
Tone
I've never heard of rat's turd as a saying.
No.
Like
what is it? A turd of a rat.
A single... Yeah, no, I understand what it is. But I've never heard it as a phrase.
Yeah. Well, Sim, I appreciate the sentiment, but you'd never hear that kind of language coming out of our mouths.
Except Nick.
Anyway, will you shut the fuck up? Right, okay. Slim says, I love being old enough to not give a single rat's turd what anyone thinks of me anymore. For example, I have recently started playing Dungeons and Dragons, and it's great.
We referred to this earlier.
Why did the stigma of playing games hold me back for so many years?
Yeah, it's interesting because everyone at some point in their life has gone, I don't care what anyone thinks about me. They do.
Yeah.
If you say it angrily like that, you definitely do. Don't care if you're denying it even now. You do.
Well, there was a point where we all... I think sadly everyone goes through a point where they go like, I'm an adult now, so I'm going to stop doing anything fun.
Yeah.
Basically.
Well, the thing, everyone at some point in their life has cared what everyone else thinks about them. Fact. And you can deny it all you like, but it's fact.
It's true.
However, as you get older, it becomes less of a weight on you.
Yes, indeed.
I would say. And certainly... Now I care less about it than I used to when I was young.
The danger is that we are all self-actualizing, which is meant to be. I learned this the other day.
I read this in a book.
Chris Ray, I'm going to ask this Are you familiar with Maslow's hierarchy of needs?
Well.
So basically, it's like
you just said a load of words.
Okay, well, I'm gonna paraphrase here.
How much of this delicious red stripe have I had?
It's basically like I think we've had 2.5 pints.
2.5 pints
of delicious red stripe.
It is delicious.
And if I had another can in front of me,
I'd drink it.
Yeah, I would drink it because it's so smooth.
Really.
Yeah, it's delightful.
It is getting on.
But yeah, so it's basically like, what do people need to live? And it's like, kind of food, shelter, warmth.
Basics.
Yeah, basically, like you go up the pyramid, and then the idea is that if you've got all that covered, like if you're safe, if you're secure, apparently, the final thing you can do is self-actualize.
Okay. I don't know what that is.
I'm not entirely sure either, but I think it basically means where it's like if you're not worrying about starving,
right,
or freezing to death,
oh, okay, right,
or whatever, if like you are relatively secure,
yeah,
the last thing you can do is to basically like just, for lack of a less hippie phrase, just kind of be your best self kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't like that phrase.
The idea is that if you can, it's like if you drop me naked in a jungle, my first thought would be, oh my god, where can I find a hole to die in?
Yeah.
But it would be but it's kind of like, okay, oh shit, I need to find water. Yeah. I need to make a spear. I need to do X, Y, Z. Yeah. But the idea is that our society has got to a point where, like, well, we're very safe, really. Like, we don't have to worry about where food comes from. We don't have to worry about keeping a roof over our heads. We're quite lucky.
Yeah.
So now we're like, okay, now what?
Yeah.
And this is where things like Dungeons and Dragons come in.
Yeah.
Because you basically just go like, okay, I'm in my mid-30s.
Everything's okay.
I've won the lottery.
Yeah.
Like, things are mostly okay.
Things are mostly fine. And
So,
I don't
like,
have to worry about.
So now I'm like, okay, this is the thing where you just go like, what do I want? What am I going to do? That's apparently
that's a terrifying thought process.
That is actually very scary.
Yeah.
And as someone
nobody knows what they're going to do.
This is my point. Well, and this is why I think of you often, Chris Ray, because you are the wonderful anecdote to anybody who might suddenly go, I've been thinking a lot about self-actualization. Because then I think of you, Chris Ray, you're the most down-to-earth person I've ever met.
That's very nice.
Yeah. And I remember you once famously said, and I've never forgotten this.
I know what you're going to say again.
Yeah. Someone saying like, oh, I've reinvented myself.
Yeah.
And you saying, you never reinvent yourself. You're still the same miserable bastard you always were. And I always think about that because it's like, I don't think you intended to be profound, but I think that was quite profound.
People only change if they really, and even if you really, really have to try to change, you're not actually changed, have you? Because you're still aware that you're changing and you're making yourself change.
There are times where we should all just consider how lucky we are to hear your words.
Yeah.
Like, your words are now being recorded.
It's good, isn't it?
People could climb a mountain to find some kind of guru.
Yeah.
Or they could pay someone a lot of money to go on a weekend retreat.
You just listen to this.
To learn the
I'll be
wisdom
honest, I get home, and this is a general comment. I get home after I've recorded this every single fortnight, and Liz says to me, how was the podcast? What were the hates and loves? And I say, I can't remember. Every single fortnight. There's a secret for you.
So, everyone, the translation...
I'm not going to remember saying that.
So the translation is, live in the moment. Be yourself.
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant, yeah.
I think that's what you were saying.
I actually thought then, when I said it, I knew what you were going to say. You actually said something different.
Oh, what do you think you were?
I remember saying in front of you once, and to Holton and a few other people, life is a series of events and then you die. Which is also true.
I don't remember that, but now it's, wow, yeah.
Yeah. Fact.
Yeah, well, it's true. It's very hard to disagree.
And and people worry about things that are beyond their control, and I do, if I'm honest. But ultimately, that is the truth.
So a more enlightened person may say that you are describing the philosophical principle of Stoicism.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Where it's like you can only control what you can control. You can't control what you can't. In many ways, you're like the greatest thinker of our time.
Somewhat. It's just I can't express it. I'm I'm quietly the most insular person you've ever heard in your fucking life.
Anyway, Dan writes in and says...
Oh, thanks, Dan.
Dan writes in and says, I love the anti-golden hour.
Yeah, me too. What's that?
The golden hour, what he's going to tell you, is the time after sunrise or sunset where it's redder or softer than the normal daylight hours.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people feel...
Red sky at night, it's going to be Probably all right tomorrow.
Shepherd's Delight, yeah.
Probably all right tomorrow.
Yeah, it's probably
I
all
think
right.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's roughly what it means, yeah. Shepherd's Delight.
Yeah.
Those fucking shepherds.
Anyway, so he's saying like a lot of people...
so we like sunset.
A lot of filmmakers film during the golden hour. Because
I picked up a nice trick when I'm watching films that I can tell when a night scene has been filmed during the day. And it's a treat for Liz because she gets to hear me say it every time. I'm like, that was filmed during the day.
That's not when they do...
That was filmed during the day.
Because in the olden days, we used to do day for night filming.
Yeah.
Where they just darken
But it happens still. Like, you'll still see it now and then. Oh, that was filmed during the day.
What have you done? Like putting
I'm an absolute delight to watch a film with. I'm watching a really good documentary at the moment about ILM, Industrial Light and Magic.
Oh, yeah.
It's awesome. It's on Disney+. If you have Disney+, watch it. It's called Light and Magic. It's really, really interesting. It's like 6 one-hour-long episodes. And it's mainly Star Wars, because that's what it was.
Yeah, all the special effects.
But it obviously then expanded out to various other films. Really interesting, if you do get a chance.
Anyway, Dan...
Sorry, I'm interrupting Dan again. I'm not doing it deliberately.
Anyway, so Dan, the point he's making is the anti-golden hours are when the sun has yet to fully peak or descend.
Oh.
It makes the world go a kind of quiet blue. He's being very poetic here, I have to say, actually. It's either magnificently peaceful or exciting, promising.
Nice.
Yeah. Sorry.
Good. I thought you were going to say something else.
Sorry. Promising things to come in your day whenever you see it. Sorry, there was like a double space after that word, so it kind of made me think there was a pregnant pause.
I thought you were going to say something else.
No.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, good.
You ever looked at a near sunset and thought...
We've had some interesting sunsets locally over the last couple of years. Like, there's been some times where you think, my God, look at that. Isn't that incredible? Like, I think there's something on my Instagram when I was in my old house, and it was just like, fuck me, that looks amazing. Sometimes I don't do it deliberately. I don't actively look for it, but sometimes you notice it, and it's like, there is beauty out there.
The problem is you can never capture it. I've never found a camera that can take a decent photo
of anything.
A sunset. No, well, anything.
Well, I count this. I always think this when I see like a nice road. Or like a nice scene. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
If you have a nice view... off a hill or down a valley or something.
Sure, yeah.
You can never fully comprehend it through a camera. Like, I take a photo and I show someone and they just go, oh, yeah. But I'm like, no, this was fucking incredible. You don't understand. I promise you.
I think this is the problem with, like, it's all this backdoor philosophy you're kind of squeezing in.
Thank you.
Because it's like...
I'm not doing it deliberately. I'm just sort of saying...
I just... This is why people, return to the show. It's like, because they just walk up to you.
There's the occasional accidental nugget.
Well, yeah, I think what you're saying is that you can arguably never capture... I'm paraphrasing here, but I believe what you're trying to get across is that you're saying...
Your fucking eyes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, there you go, people. Use your fucking eyes.
Yeah. Rather than looking at things through... I've brought this up before, but it winds me the hell up when people are looking at events they're actually at through their phone. Oh my God.
Just be there. And just take your pictures. Nice one. But you don't need to record the whole thing. It's on the telly, mainly. You can just watch it. What do you think won, Chris Ray?
Well, that's an interesting question.
Because I've actually come out of this episode feeling...
I thought the loves were quite strong, actually.
Yeah, I've actually come out feeling quite positive.
I didn't think watches would be quite successful as it turned out to be.
And I've been feeling quite grumpy for the last couple of days. And actually, I feel better now.
Well, that's good. Well, I'll do it for you, John, then, in that case.
Do it for me.
I'll say love.
I think it's love.
Okay. That's interesting. Who saw that coming?
I didn't see it coming, no, because I enjoy venting on this show. Yeah. I feel that's quite cathartic.
Nick goes away to the state he's gone to.
Yeah.
Indianapolis?
That's a city.
Indiana.
Yeah, Indiana, yeah.
And look what happens.
I feel we're getting... There's a trend, I think, developing where, like, if there's ever two people recording...
Do you think?
Love tends to win.
There's less tension.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it.
It becomes just more of a...
It's more harmonious.
Yeah, we're just riffing, you know. Yeah. We're drinking... Two guys enjoying Red Stripe.